I'm on mute. Okay, can you hear me now? I'm not sure why that happened. Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Anchorhaven. This is the Mystical Wellness channel. And on this channel, we get into all things weird and wonderful. So we get together every day to witness each other's journeys, to talk about super soldiers, time travel, stargates, cloning, disclosure, Project Oblivion. We talk about dragons, all things esoteric, mystical, wellness, and we get together with cards. But today I was thinking, let's use the pendulum. So we're just going to see if I've got my pendulum ready. So we'll do some divination today with the pendulum. We'll do some yes, no answers with the pendulum. We are weird and you are wonderful. That's so cool, Terry B. Thank you so much. No, I'm pretty much one of the biggest weirdos out there. Just like they say in that movie, we are the weirdos, mister. We are. So good morning, everyone. Come on in and let's all get together at this early AM live. Let's try and make it a high vibe live if we can. So it's not very often lately I've been able to put that high vibe thumbnail on because the energies have been all over the place lately. The Schumann resonance is really high. People are feeling it. We're very sensitive, tearful. Allergies are high. We are tired. We must stick together. That's right. The weirdos must stick together. So over here, we're not really weird, we're magical, we're mystical wellness. I think typical skeptic is still on. Okay, no worries. Yeah, that's cool because it's Saturday night. Is it Friday night, Saturday morning? I've lost track completely. Yeah. And tired and heavy energy today. Yes. I slept most of Friday. I really did. I had trouble on the live in the morning because I mentioned Saturn and the artifact that's over there, and I got hit really badly, and I was so jittery for like hours afterwards. When I was trying to think of it, and I wasn't even able to say a particular word. It was like it was getting resistance. So yeah, it's Friday night there, so it's Saturday morning here for me. I'm okay, I'm all right. But I'm drinking Fanta, which is orange, which is not good. My throat doesn't like orange. You can see that's orange. So we did a great video yesterday with Gina Virginia Casella. I think Gina and I are getting into a nice flow right now. Hey, Justy, just started watching Rob's and you're torn between being here and there. Hey, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, Rob and I don't compete very often, and I used to try and schedule around him, but what's he doing on my time slot now? Yeah, so this is my one. So Monday to my Saturday morning, we do this like 5:30, just after midnight, 30 minutes after midnight, live here over on Anchorhaven, the Mystical Wellness channel. So yeah, you guys don't have to choose, it's absolutely fine, but we are live over here and we're going to do live pendulum questions. And so you can put any question that you like in the chat and I will give you a yes or no answer on that. You can always back it up with a violet flame card to get healing resonance if we need to. But yeah, if there's something that's on your mind or you want to ask me something directly, we can do that today. Because I was thinking I just can't pick cards. Yeah, I think my energy is still a little bit fuzzy from yesterday with that Saturn energy that hit me with a big blast. Yeah. So we're just following on from some of the crap energies that we had. So I might do a little energy clearing actually with the pendulum as well. Let's do some clearing energy this morning. So Friday I did a great video with Gina Virginia Casella. So she's the Dragon Dreamer Visionary who is putting together the Summer Days conference on June 13th. And then June 19 to 21st, I've got the Bases conference that I am attending and I will be there. So I'm preparing a presentation for Gina's and it's going to be a backup presentation for Bases. So we don't really know what's going to happen with the flights and people getting over. So but I'm hoping I won't need to present at Bases. But Miles has been pushing me forward for a little while. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Kath. I know TSP is live. We've just been told that Rob's still live on my time slot. Hey, woo! It's free pancakes and sausage day. That sounds amazing. So I was thinking today we would do some pendulum work and we can answer questions. We can do some energy clearing. God bless to all, says Woo. Great to see you guys. I know you guys are double dipping right now. It's fine. I didn't even get to see the Psychic Duck yesterday on the Don Rogers March 4th channel. Did Psychic Duck go on? Did anybody watch Psychic Duck? Hey Shannon, how are you? Good to see you. We'll be back. Want to listen to Tommy play guitar? Oh, is it Tommy Edwards? Is it Touchdown Tommy? Gotcha. Okay, no worries, no worries. See you guys in a bit. And oh, she was on. So I stayed on for like a while, but then because she was late, I just went to bed. Yeah, time for coffee. So it's 5:29 a.m. here in the UK. Dan's here in the UK with me. So we're going to do some pendulum questions. So yeah, so you guys can throw questions in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. You watch the Aloha Pink Bella and Michael Koff. Oh, yeah, I need to go listen to that. Pink Bella is such a sweetheart, and we're doing 2 shows together in June. 2 shows, and this is at request of the Dragons. So I am now officially working with the Galactic Dragons and Pink Bella. Sean just finished up a live as well. Oh my word, it's so popular today. Right, so it's Friday night, my Saturday morning. Sean's finishing up, Dan's falling in. Hey cat, hey cat. So I'm just waking up. Yesterday was a really weird day for me because we were coming off, all the drama over on Typical Skeptic, and we were talking a bit about that. So that was kind of low vibe energy. And then somebody mentioned Saturn, so I kind of tuned into an artifact there, and it blasted me really bad. And after we did the live, I was working for a little bit, and then I got a call from Miles, and I was jittery. I was really jittery. I was like stumbling over my words, and he was like, "Are you okay, darling? What's going on?" I was like, "You know what? No, I'm gonna have to go and crash." So I slept most of Friday. So good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Is that the English flag you've actually put in there? I used to get called English when I was in Australia. I had this job because I didn't realize there was a Scottish person there as well. For me, I guess I am a bit English, Scotland, Welsh, Irish. So I don't use the British too much. Outside of the UK, people use that. But we're just English. We don't say we're British, unless it's on the news and they say a Briton died in Europe today. And so we don't really talk like that. Do you know what I mean? Or is it just a me thing? I don't know, Dan, what do you think? Okay, so I've got the pendulum ready. This is Asclepius. I'm going to do a little bit of an energy clearing this morning and a grounding. But then we can do some random questions. So if there's something on your mind, you can ask that question. Or if you want to directly ask me a question, then do that. I did tune into a little bit of the Breakaway Ray show, and I noticed in the chat they were talking about different SSP factions. So what was that about, guys? Saw there's a little bit about Italy SSP. Yeah, I am Italy SSP. I am all of them basically. So, and that's what's coming out. So I always refer to myself as English over British, but I don't hold too strong to this land. Yeah, I'm a little Asian lady. I really am, like, Kuan Yin, like embodied little Chinese lady over here. So yes, and in my head, I'm very American, so I feel American because I grew up watching American TV shows. I used to literally would watch them right before bed, Cheers and Roseanne and things. Um, I live here, but I have no idea where I'm truly from. Okay, well, we could do some starseed lineage. We can ask the question. Are you from particular places? You guys let me know what you would like to do with the pendulum this morning. So I'm a pendulum alchemist. And what that means is that I can drop my pendulum into your energy and I can make changes, or I can drop it into the timeline and make changes. I can drop it into the energy of the planet and make changes. So I work with the pendulum in circular motions to send out massive waves of change through our timeline. Not sure where I belong, want my own island. Let's go to the island. Where Jason was away on the island and it just started the whole island movie. If you guys have not watched the Island movie, I'm going to put that in for review with John Whitberg at some point. It's freaky, yeah. I think it's probably one of the best movies Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson have ever done. I think it really is. It's such a good movie. And Sean Bean is the baddie. Dead good. The Sean Bean always keeps his natural, well, it's not his natural accent, but he's got like a normal accent, right? And his natural accent is very broad, isn't it? Because he's like, where's he from? Like Yorkshire. And my brother-in-law's an actor, but he's been classically trained to be a Shakespearean actor. So instead of sounding like where we're from, he doesn't have like a semi-normal accent like I do, which mine has been trained. But he has like a very, very Shakespearean accent, like raw, raw. He's very like that all the time, and it's just so bizarre. That would be great. Can you ask questions on my behalf to help me inform about my knowledge? Yeah. The island was way ahead of its time. It so was. Yeah. Yep. 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 It's so good. Yeah. Yep. If you guys have got direct questions, pop them in the chat. So let's do yes or no questions first, and then we can always see if I can drill down. Yeah. Minority Report. Yeah. There was, you know, the bit when they're in the water, in the Minority Report, when you got the psychics in the water, that freaked me out. It really did. It made me very uncomfortable indeed. I'm just going to open my door. It's still quite hot and humid here. I don't know how the weather is for you guys, but whew, yeah, the oracles. Yes, the oracles. Crazy. Okay, so I'm going to do a little energy clearing. So you guys are free to accept or reject as you so wish. How good is your received pronunciation? What does that mean? If you guys want to give me words to say in my British accent, then we do that every now and then. Then 11 did that on Stranger Things, the water. Yeah. So the water is we've all been tortured through the water at some point. My biggest realization at the moment is that so a friend of mine sent me this video, right, about and when I say a friend of mine, generally talking about John Whitbeck. It's like I don't have that many friends. And so he sent me this video about a Korean female spy and the process that she had to go through for training. And then it was the 3 daggers on the table, and she had to stab herself in the stomach. But you have to do that without flinching, right? It's a test. And you have to do that over and over and over until you learn not to flinch. And then I realized that that vision that I had, that memory of walking up to my dyad and just stabbing him in the stomach, was just a training protocol. So because we had to do that over and over, so there's me thinking I've killed him, you know, and I get upset about it, and now I realize, oh no, that was just a training. We just had to go up and stab each other. How weird is that? RP accent, yes. The proper British accent, yes. Bravo. After learning more about SSP experiments and Dulce and genetic manipulation hybrids, MK Ultra, etc., the Oracle scenes hit pretty hard. That's true. Yeah, probably my brother-in-law was trained in. Yeah, he was. He likes to. He does. He is classically trained. He went to the same college. There's quite a few of the actors that you see on TV now, the British actors that are on TV. Who's that famous one from? Who played? I can't even remember. My mind is like getting total mind wipes at the moment. I'm literally moving into no points of view, which is something in access consciousness that we work towards, is having 0 points of view in your brain about things, so that you're truly neutral. But unfortunately, at the moment, it's making me look like an airhead, right? It really is, which is quite funny. So there's an actor. He played Bane in the Batman series. He's a British actor. And he played Jean-Luc Picard, who was young in the Star Trek movies. And I think Dan's going to help me out with this one, surely. You have a most soothing accent. Shannon, thank you so much. Shannon, remind me, where are you? You in America? Or are you in Australia? Tom Hardy. Thank you, Dan. Oh my God. Honestly, sometimes if I didn't have you movie guys in the chat, I don't know. Yeah. So my mind used to be full on movie based, and now it's not so much. Okay, let's do this energy clearing well before I lose my marbles. Okay. So anybody that would like to receive an energy healing and clearing, then you're free to accept or reject as you so wish right now. Just have your feet flat on the floor, relax back, pressing back into your chair, letting yourself be supported as we call in some beautiful emerald green energy coming from Gaia herself. So taking a slow deep breath and calling down some emerald light and breathing that into the heart space, calling in the violet flame, calling in rose gold, beautiful energy from source of all sources, and the purest rose gold white light that we've ever received, and breathing that down into the body, flushing through all chakras, coming down like a beautiful spiral all around you. So anybody that wishes to receive this golden light healing, this liquid light cleanse, is free to accept or reject as you so wish. And we're just going to allow that to spiral around us so we can breathe that in, breathing it into every organ, Oh, every bone, every gland, skin, breathing it fully into your body. And so we get ourselves nice and grounded. So, making contact with your grounding roots from the base of your spine, soles of your feet, pushing them through the levels and layers of the earth, going deeper and deeper down into the earth with your grounding roots and spreading them out wide into the mycelial network. Okay, so nice and grounded. And we're going to release now. We're going to start to release any unwanted energy that you wish to release. We're going to take a deep breath. Release that out of the body on the breath. So releasing, 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 collapsing, dissolving out any unwanted energies that have been residing within you or around you. You set the intention and release that now for the highest good and harm to none. Okay, so releasing any heavy topics that are still in our energetic field, releasing any heavy energies, any unwanted energies, we let them go now with our intention. And we just go back to breathing in that beautiful emerald light. Okay, so trusting that we are grounded, centered, and protected. Get yourself nice and stable. Okay. So disconnecting, please. So yes, so in California, so Shannon, yeah, I'm weed eating my front yard. Don't look like fire hazard. Okay. I don't know what that means. That's so funny. So yeah, there's been some heavy topics on Typical Skeptic right now. Rob's doing some really heavy work over there. Yeah, I know you guys are double dipping. That's okay, guys. Don't worry. Dan was raised on movies like me, but I actually despise pedo wood. But I do love movies. It's such a juxtaposition. I love that word. Yeah, I was also raised on movies. So for me and my birth brother Kevin, it was like that was what we had in common was movies. He used to take me to the cinema, and my dad used to advertise at the cinema for his business, so we had free cinema passes. So we used to go all the time, like weekly or two or three times a month. We go all the time, and then at home we'd watch Star Trek and things like that. So yeah. Thank you very much for dropping my link, Missing Time. I appreciate it. Tommy's screen went sideways. His phone died. And then Rob's screen went black. Very, very weird. Okay. Missing Time 420 only works in indie films. Yeah, little independent films. Oh, you missed it, Jason. So I'm not sure how to ask. Am I part of the Violet Flame? So it's more, let's see. It could be like an intention. Let me just clear the energy. So let's tune in for Terry B. So we're asking about, does she have a Violet Flame lineage? So has she worked in a temple of the Violet Flame in the past? Yes, you have. Did she work in a Violet Flame temple in Atlantis? Yes, you did. So is she connected to Saint Germain? Yes, he's coming in very fast for you. Is she connected to Guan Yin energies? She worked with Guan Yin in the past. No, not Guan Yin this time. But it's Saint Germain, a mentor that's stepping forward for Terry B. Yes, Saint Germain would like to work with you quite strongly. So there you go. So at some point in all of your lifetimes, you have worked with the Violet Flame before. So those who are called to work with flame energies have generally worked with them before. Oh, Jupiter Ascending is such a good movie. Hey, Eric. Okay, let me just catch up here. Something weird's happening with Tommy. He's been a friend for a while. Yeah. So Touchdown Tommy is a good friend, a typical skeptic. But he is a really, and Jason, I guess, and he's a really targeted individual. Julie, what shows and movies do you recommend for SSP disclosure? Well, there is a post on my post tab, and there's a list of movies there and a list of TV shows. So go check that out, and you can add comments to that of things that you feel are good. But that list does initially come from John Whitberg, and I've got a few short clips of videos from Drago Reed, because things that activate me might not be what activates you. Because like I got activations from really random things, like watching Big Trouble in Little China. There's a scene where they're getting chased through like a boiler room or something. I got a Montauk memory from that a while back, and it freaked me out. So yeah, so for me, it's just generally all the same kind of stuff as what's in that list. Because I go more for the TV shows. So for me, the big ones was Orphan Black and Umbrella Academy. I knew they applied to me. that's how it was for me. I just knew they applied to me. And then this time last year, well, March last year, I started to check into that. Jupiter ascending is a great one because she's, she thinks she's a regular person. She's literally scrubbing toilets, right? She thinks she's a regular girl. And then suddenly she goes in and she's surrounded by ETs, and she's getting abducted, then she's in space. Apparently, that is really good representation of space. And there's even like the way they go down and do the stamping. It's represented similarly in the Loki TV series as well. It's a good representation of leash harvesting in that. So yeah, so watch that, Jupiter Ascending, if you haven't. So all the movies that are underrated, they're generally the ones. They're the big ones, and that's definitely underrated. So hey guys, thank you for falling in. Thank you for double dipping. You've seen the list and you liked it. Yeah, so it's like, go back to that list and then let's go through the list and let's maybe do a little update on the list soon. Yeah, Altered Carbon was a massive one for me because it's a great representation of how the soul bite thing works. It's where they take an essence of your soul and they put it into something, insert it into the back of the neck. Yeah, so that joint there, because that is represented like that in the programs. Where all the information's held in the brainstem. No, I haven't read the comics to Umbrella Academy. I've only seen the TV series. But Altered Carbon, there's a lot of things represented in that. And I know, I talk about John McBug all the time, but he had a massive reaction to that because it was like looking at Kyle in a mirror kind of thing. But he sent me something recently with that same actor, and he was talking in Swedish, and the actor looked really skinny. And I'm looking at it saying, that's not Kyle. It doesn't look like Kyle at all, right? So it's weird just that you see the actor in a certain light in Altered Carbon, and you know it's Kyle Delshow. And then you see him on something else, and you think, God, that's not Kyle. So Kyle's literally in his head, right? And you can talk to Kyle. I have not done it yet, but I will do at one point. I feel like Kyle's always kind of there. So Missing Time's got some stories. Just got volume 3 of Umbrella in a free book nook. Nice. Catch you later, Shannon. Thanks for dropping by. You're gonna watch Jupiter Ascending today. Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a little bit sticky at times, It's like they make a bit light of it, but it is good. Yeah, Altered Carbon was spot on, says Dan. I agree. Terry B says the whole idea of taking our souls or fractals of our souls just blows my mind. Yeah. So it's taken me a long time. It's taken me a year to really gel with the idea of alters and aspects. And I did a private video with Drago Reed, which I'm not allowed to release because there's some elements we touch on that are a bit personal. In both of our lives, basically. And so I've got a couple of shorts that I've clipped from it where we're just talking generally about QHHT or, random stuff. So I put those shorts out. And what was I thinking? Yeah, fractals. So I was saying to him about alters being in my mind and aspects being out my mind, and he says, no, you can't think of it like that. It's all you. And I do think of it like it's all me now. So even if it's a random clone on Jupiter or Moon or something, I still think that's me. That's a version of me, is how I think about it now. It's all me. And I think, the biggest example I had of that was when I was just writing about the Breakaway Civilian, which is part of my Breakaway Oracle deck and book, was writing about that you have versions of you that are just generally in the breakaway, living their lives. They're regular people. They don't seem to be programs or factions. So there's a version of me that's just a mum living on some random colony in New Munich or whatever. And but I connected in just by writing about Breakaway Civilian. Like we were working on it, and I just had to say like stop, because it was like energy started to hit me, and it was rehoming. So souls, yeah, soul bites, soul fractals, soul shards, soul drops is how I think of it in my head, because I think of like I've got this big oversoul, and they've just taken a pipette and they put a drop of it into a clone or whatever. They started to rehome. It was like I got hit with versions of me coming back in. It was insane. I check out Wookiefoot, Instant Love. The lyrics are so smart. Now, I've never heard of Wookiefoot until you guys were talking about it in the chat yesterday. And James is going to the concert. The sound reminds me of Sublime. But way more advanced, yeah. Wookiefoot is great, says Jason. I'm so happy, new fan. Onto them. I've had a great time at this show. So I watched Valerian, the City of a Thousand Planets. Okay, I love that movie. I absolutely, oh, look at this coming in. I absolutely freaking love that movie, Valerian and a City of a Thousand Planets. Really enjoyed it. Popcorn movie, cool scenes. Yeah, I do want to get that reviewed. I do. Um, and it's the blue beings on the beach planet. There's something about them. They remind me of my Syrian guide. I have a blue Syrian guide. So I know I've lived on planets like that for sure. Yeah, so Jason, check out that post that I put and put some recommendations on it. Oh, last year I was working, I did this like boot camp for 16 weeks, I think it was. And I was there's a live venue in town called Future Yard, and I had to work there at times, so I had to do volunteer shifts there while I was learning to be a sound and lighting technician. I don't know if you guys remember this. So sometimes I'd live stream from like a live event and things. It was so weird. And so I'd be doing the lights generally, and there'd be like a real sound tech next to me in this little booth, and you get these nerdy guys coming up going, can we have the set list, can we have the set list, and the sound engineer is just saying, sorry mate, this is mine, yeah, you know, and they're like, can we have it, and like, no, and you'd have posters on the wall and people would literally just take the poster off the wall. I was just like, wow, this is weird. Yeah, very different world. But everybody there was like over the age of 50. Like everybody, it's like young people would just don't go to live venues like that before. So yeah, so I've had training to literally um set up drums, microphones, everything. I don't think I'm on do not disturb. One second. Okay, my phone messes with me at times because it's showing me that I'm on do not disturb, but it's still sending me notifications because it's not. It's really bizarre. Um, so yesterday, says just here, watch Mickey 17. That was great. If it was you guys, I don't think I'd watch it. So interesting, just the comedy part. So did you watch the breakdown by John Whitberg on his channel? Because he broke it down for us. Yeah, so go and watch that. So John McBowes is like USAPs in cinema series, unacknowledged special access programs in cinema. So showing basically how it's future technology connected into the SSP and everything, or it's been used for mind control in these programs. I enjoyed the breakdown, the review of the Mickey 17 far more than I actually enjoyed watching the movie, surprisingly. And because I have a character in Mickey 17 movie and I don't like it. I don't want to be that nerdy scientist girl. That's not me. And I said to my friend, is that seriously how you see me? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, really? Okay, fine. I guess that is how I look in natural often. I do look a lot like that. I don't know many people know about GFE. What's GFE? A Granola Funk Express. Okay. There are songs and music videos that I relate in a big way. M83, Smash Into Pieces especially. Check out My Desert Dwellers. Missy's Valentine 2. You guys talk another language. You have to watch Valerian. Yeah, City of a Thousand Planets is such a good movie. Yeah, it really is. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, I think. I was thinking about rewatching it. I didn't go to the back rooms today. Okay, so my son went to watch back rooms yesterday, so I need to check in with him today and see if I can get some information out. So, because I say to him, you know, we talk about this kind of thing a lot, and he's I used to just say I'm having meetings. Now I'm starting to say that I'm doing shows. So I hope he doesn't find my channel. You're going to take Selena. Oh, great. Yeah. So Selena, guys, we need to do a fundraiser. So if you have her PayPal, please send her a PayPal directly, or do the GoFundMe for Selena, because she's had a house fire and she needs to find somewhere to live, and she's got young daughters and she's a young mum and she needs support. So please do donate to Selena if you can. You are a Renaissance woman. So Jason's going to go and go to Selena's tomorrow and help her get cleaned up. Do you think she'll be able to live in the property? Did she own that house or was it rented? Oh, so Dan Guest is talking about a dream that he had years ago. I was a blue cyclops, a Piscean warrior. I fought with a spear and shield. I died in battle against spider pigs. Spider pig, spider pig. Are spider pigs real? No. Are pigs in battle real? Yes, they're not called spider pigs. Okay, are there warrior pigs on this planet? Are pigs made from human DNA? Yes, they are. Pigs are part human. Oh, you watched that? Okay, awesome. Yeah, so we hope Selena's doing okay. I wish I could find out more. That dream stayed with me for 25 years. Okay, pop your questions in the chat and I'll ask the pendulum yes or no's. Dan, you need to write some books. Dan does need to write books. Yeah, he is a scholar. I know you already did, Kat, but if anyone else can help Selena and her 3 girls, there's the GoFundMe link there. I'll try and drop it in the description as well. But I did put it on a post yesterday, and I know Robert Typical Skeptic's been sharing out because he set that up for Selena. Did you meet Selena through this community? If so, it's super cute. Yeah, they, Selena used to be a mod on Typical Skeptic. I think she still is at times. She's a lovely lady. Hoping to get her on the show. She does have an open invitation, so at some point we'll get her on the show. She can do some readings. 2 questions. What is John Whitberg's channel? All I got was other people's interviews. And what's the name of the man who does SSP Talk too? Okay, so John Whitberg's channel is at the John Whitberg. So you can type in John Whitberg, do you hear the people sing? And his channel comes up. And he's got like 60 or 70 interviews on his channel. But I've also got a playlist on my channel called John Whitberg, and in there there's like 40 interviews of the things that he's done on St. Olga 69, which are amazing. With Daniel over there, the St. Olga ones are great. The ones he's done with Andrew Chertikov, are great. Yeah, so do have a look. So some of his best interviews are actually on St. Olga 69, in my opinion, or they're right here at Anchorhaven. Yeah, so he's like, when you do popular videos, all it is John Whitberg, and the one with me and Drago. When you go on the video tab, or even when you go on my live tab, it's still John Whitberg's at the top. He does great videos. It's not livable. Okay, so home's not livable. The guy was Super Soldier Talk too. He's Andrew. What's his face? What's his name? These guys are new. I'm not familiar with their work. They're just starting to do a breakout channel, Super Soldier Talk 2. Apparently they were close to James Rink, but I'm not familiar, so I don't really know. But Andrew Chatsky did do a good show on Typical Skeptic the other day. I thought that was a pretty good show. I know there is a Super Soldier Talk Facebook group that I'm in. So there's a lady that moderates on that, I think. So that's taken over that group now. Terry, that's a good idea. I've wanted to rewrite the Wizard of Oz with a horror twist. With a horror twist? The whole thing is horror. What are you talking about? Go watch that 2.5-hour review that John Whitberg did about the Wizard of Oz. It's messed up. Oh, wow. Oh, you're setting up a tent. Oh, it's great that you can go and help her because you don't live close by. So thank you for doing that, Jason. That's adorable. Maybe you guys will rekindle. Do they know what started the rekindling and fire starting? Okay, they look like a cross between pigs and tarantula. Okay. Giant spiders. Do we have giant spiders on Earth? We do, but it's coming very tentatively, that information. Are giant spiders in tunnels on Earth? Yes, but we're not meant to know that. Okay, the neighbour's kitchen burst. Okay, so it wasn't even anything to do with their actual property. Somebody else's. That's devastating. So much for the other almost 30 people coming over here now. Hey, no, we've got 13 people watching, which I'm quite happy with that, guys. It's absolutely fine. That's okay. So Rachel Carl says, in Australia often called posh because of how I speak with an English accent. When I went to England, they instantly knew I was from Australia. Yeah, it's like when you go to France and you speak in French and they just respond in English. So, okay. Could you ask about the blue cyclopean race? Okay. Well, this brings me back to Percy Jackson. Yeah, the Percy Jackson movie. Was it the second movie where he had a Cyclops brother, but he wasn't blue? But okay, so is there a blue cyclopean race? Okay, are they on this planet? Yes. Are they in Agartha? Are they in Earth? Okay. Are they from off planet? They're human. They're blue cyclop humans. Okay, so if they're blue, do they originally have yep, so you know the blue Indian, the Hindu gods? It's kind of it's like a version of them that have moved into inner Earth, and they've been on this planet such a long time that they consider themselves to be Terran. So does Dan have Cyclops lineage in his DNA? Okay, does Dan have lifetimes as a Cyclops? You do, yeah. So it's possible that it was a memory. Turn your dreams into stories. Yeah, I mean, that's entirely what Gina Virginia Casella's channel is all about. It's story species, story medicine. So she's written books and books and books about her dreams, and she's made them all into stories. And there's loads of her books on Amazon. So woo, I don't feel that there really are 30 humans there, but other entities. Oh, interesting. So tuning into the other podcast, please. Are there entities watching the show? There are, but we're not meant to know. Yeah, there are. So, are there NPCs watching the show? So, are there regressive forces watching the show? Oh, I'm getting a lot of resistance on that. I'm not meant to know. Yeah. So, when I start to ask certain questions now, it's actually taking out my voice. I'm just going to do my throat spray. Asa Shanti came up. Interesting. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to do my throat spray. Just trying to numb my throat a little bit. Looked into Asashanti. Okay, Asashanti. Is that a race? Where's Asashanti come from? Asashanti. Asashanti. Yeah, I do associate that word with the Cyclops beings. Um, yeah, I really do think they're related into the Hindu blue god people. FIFO, good to see you. I'm at OMG, that is permanent now in my head. Oh dear. Barbecue pig spiders. Oh dear, no. If you don't like that nickname, I can drop it. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Hey, Phyllis. Terry Sokola. Everyone, that podcast with Tommy was intense. Yeah. Touchdown Tommy is a targeted individual, so I don't know what was going on over there. I'll rewatch it later. I can't always make it through Tommy's videos because sometimes they're a bit random. So Dan says, it's a good idea. I'd like to do short stories about wishes and the repercussions of getting what you asked for. Oh, yes. That would be a great story. And FIFO says, in France, yeah, it's stuck now. In France, I was always considered from Quebec or America. It was like the rest of Canada didn't exist. Yes. Like a faint real blue. Okay. Yeah. So I told you guys recently I went to this event, a spiritual fair, and there was this foreign lady leading the talk, and she literally turned around. The room was packed, and it was a small room. And she literally turned around and said, "The energy in here is awful. You've all got free will. If you don't wish to be here, there's the door. Use it." So I thought, oh my God, imagine saying that. It's so funny. So occasionally I will drop in you've got free will. If you wish to leave, the podcast, you're very welcome to do that. You don't have to stay and troll us or whatever, One person asked about Freemason. Oh dear. Then Tommy, the same question. All his comments disappeared at once. Then Tommy disappeared, and then Rob's screen went black. Okay, when the comments disappear all at once, is because we've modded it out. That's why. We put that person in timeout, and it just takes out all of their comments. But that's interesting. Yeah, Tommy is a good guy. He really is, but he's heavily targeted. So the movie is 2012, maybe, where it's John Cusack, and he's got the limousine. Okay, and they go to the national park, and there's explosions. This is the movie. The guy played by Woody Harrelson, I believe, is Touchdown Tommy, right? The guy that looks like he's crazy, the conspiracy guy who's got his own little caravan. You see him at the end, like, take me. that I believe is Touchdown Tommy. I believe they've used his archetype for that. You know, somebody who used to be famous and now is putting himself out there and he looks like he's crazy at times or whatever. I think they've modelled that on Touchdown Tommy. And the weird thing is that when I spoke about that last year, Rob had never even heard of the character I was referring to. Jason, do you know the character I'm talking about? Jesse says, I do have dreams a lot like Mickey 17. Ooh, interesting. And you've gone bright red. Have I? I'm very red all the time. I've got a light that has a red tinge on it. You can't really tell. That's weird. I usually change this light, see? And I put more of a red glow on me. There we go, it's lighter. I passed on my weekend weed budget to buy a train ticket. Oh, that's great, Jason. I can't wait for you to go out there. Eric, if you want a song to ponder, watch the last video from David Bowie, Black Star. Dan, seriously? You know why. Oh, your heart is true, missing time, says FIFO. Can someone tell me who the dude is that does SSP? I told you! It's Andrew Chatsky. That's Super Soldier Talk 2. His name is Andrew Chatsky. So he's one of 3 people that run that channel. And he did a show with Rob like last week. That's Andrew Chatsky. Is that the right name, guys? Yeah, he's got a good energy. Yeah. But do you remember when I was on and he phoned in? And I'd like dropped to him that he was like Super Soldier stuff, and he was like, oh, he was really like shocked, and I was like, dude, you run a Super Soldier channel. You didn't think this applied to you? You remind me a lot of my best friend, Missing Time. You remind me of him so much. He goes by Wolf. Interesting. Is it Wolf that has a bandana? I did a video with somebody called Wolf, an Earth Good Rescue Mission. Was it Wolf? TSP in the house. Hey guys, thanks for dropping in. Okay, so we're doing pendulum questions today. So if anyone's got any questions, anything they want to check, just drop a message in and I'll query it with the pendulum alchemy. If there's any unwanted energy that you want to release that you can name, I can help you release that right now. Okay, so Dan Guest says, I honestly can't remember where Asa Shanti came from. It was years ago, way before I had an idea about it. Wide open to a lot though now. Yeah, so I mean that whatever that name is, that does resonate. His name is Andrew. Yes, Andrew Chatsky, I believe, is the guy that came on Typical Skeptic a few days back, and he's from Super Soldier Talk 2 channel. Yeah, Andrew Chatsky. Okay. Or if I'm getting that wrong, please correct me. Can you do a clearing for Rob? This is an ongoing process. I send clearings for Rob all the time. I've installed symbols in his space. Fusion Reiki symbol is there all the time. Phil Barrow's given him talismans with his own energy in. I keep reminding Rob to use that. So what I basically did the other day was I just lined the entire room with violet flames, that anything that was coming in would get burned away. So it's a big deal. He gets elite level targeting. Not going to connect into that right now. It's big. Yeah. So plus when you get loads of people trying to do things at the same time, it can counteract the energy of what's going on. Part of it is his own lesson that he needs to suit up and sort that out. And part of it is, yeah, things are coming in from his personal targeting pattern. So I do what I can, basically. FIFO says, so I did some interesting research after my AI convo last night. I found research papers that backed epigenetic lock via HTZ control impact on humans via the G towers. Interesting. Yeah, the 2012 movie, they fly underneath a falling skyscraper, so silly. Yeah, but do you think that character I'm talking about, the guy in the national park, do you think that's Touchdown Tommy? Because I really do believe it's based on his archetype. Yeah, it's based on his energy and experiences or whatever. So there's a young dude you were talking about ages ago who does SSP Talk 2. Take it, Rachel. You're killing me. He has some good interviews, but I don't know his name. Okay. I'm scanning through now. I'm not going to answer that one for a 4th time. So yeah, that's Andrew Chatsky. If you guys want me to get him on the channel, I'll reach out. But I don't know if that channel resonates with me right now. I don't know. It was a great concert and it was good to get out and anchor in some of them. Oh, Wizard Wickus! Yeah, the concert. How was it? Awesome. Yes. Favorite character in that movie. That's so true. Yeah. Just got, yeah. So I'm just catching up on the chat as well, Rach. Don't worry. Phone's on 5%. Got to put it on charge. My phone's okay right now. Are you talking about Ryan? I love his channel. I don't know. They're not talking about Ryan. Question: is the findings I've come across correlations of true within the compass of which I have been internally led to follow? That's a complex question. So tuning into Fearlessly Phoenix's question, please. Do you see that question? Can we connect into her energy to better understand the question? Okay, so is the findings I have come across correlations of truth within the compass of which I've been internally led to follow? Can you get a read on that? So we're getting a strong yes on that. So there is truth there. Fearlessly referring to M22, I was going to say then, 422 hertz. So typical skeptic. I'm not getting any help right now and I don't need it. And Tommy isn't crazy. We never said he was crazy. Yeah, we never said he was crazy. I'm saying in the 2012 movie, it's based on his experiences, but they're making him look like he's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I've got a lot of respect for Tommy Edwards. When there are people literally telling stories in our community, they can't prove that's truth. Good night. Okay. Not telling stories. We're saying, I believe they're trying to base it on his archetype, which is targeted. Yeah, and they're trying to make him look like that. Yeah. Right, type of question. Do you think your targeting could be related to your SSP assassin role? So Rob said good night, so we can't tune into his energy, guys. Don't do that. Some weird way this allows it to occur. So I'm not telling stories about anybody. I'm trying to say I believe that that movie is trying to base on him because the character looks exactly like him. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to do. You're a bit behind in the chat. Okay. You don't remember the set list. Don't know how to ask the. Would you please check for me if there is something weird going on around me now? I have some individuals showing up and some unmarked vehicles in front of my house. Justy. Let me clear the energy. Okay. So this is for Justy. We connected. Okay, so something weird's going on around her. Okay, so unmarked vehicles, are these targeted related? Yeah. Potentially it is targeted related, but we need to get a bit more specific. So these individuals showing up, is this targeting related? No, not for the individuals, but unmarked vehicles. There does seem to be energy around you with the unmarked vehicles that's targeted related. Okay, thank you. I'm deeply appreciative. I've never asked questions. I felt it was necessary for some reason. Okay. Yeah, no, we love Typical Skeptic. We love Touchdown Tommy. We do. We never say anything bad about Tommy's a good dude. I was trying to make the reference of I believe they're using some of his energy, some of his archetype, because the character looks like him. But they're trying to make him look like a conspiracy nut in the movie. That's what I was trying to reference. Yeah. So I'm not spreading any stories or anything like that. I'm just saying, yeah. And Rob knows what he needs to do with his targeting. Yeah. He does get a lot of things coming at him, but we put ourselves open and out there. You know, when he's doing so many shows, he's entangling with a lot of people's energy. And I know he does active clearings daily. But he said recently that he had lots of people helping him. So that's where I got that from. So yeah, there's definitely a resemblance, Anchor, in 2012. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's what I was trying to get at. I believe when I look at that movie and I see that guy, I see Touchdown Tommy. So I believe they've tried to mirror it on Touchdown Tommy. And he is a celebrity. It's not like he's a nobody. He's a celebrity who's also a targeted individual. Yeah. So interesting. Okay. So I'm not trying to upset Rob. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not trying to upset anybody. I'm trying to be neutral. But yeah, that's what I believe. That's based on him. Okay. So yeah, whenever I see him, it makes me think of the 2012 movie. Okay, so it is Friday, 6:14 a.m. here on Saturday morning. I am in the northwest of England. It's very bright and sunny here, but the sky is white. There's a white sky. So So this is our last live of the week. So my Saturday morning is the last live I do, and then I have Sunday, Saturday night off. I'll smooth over any rough edges. Yeah, you get what I mean, right? But Rob's coming off back-to-back shows, which are a bit tricky, and he's, you know, he's going to be narky. So that's not what I meant. Okay. But I think he's just generally tired. Yeah. I've got a lot of love and respect for Rob Khalil over there at Typical Skeptic. It's a big part of my life because I'm literally over there all the time, and it's really helped me a lot. That channel, it really has. I would never have found Soul Family if it wasn't for his channel. It just wouldn't have happened. I would have still been isolated right now, confused and dazed, and not knowing what was going on in my life. Heavy energies for several days. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? So he's our homie for sure. That's our little home base over there. That's the brother channel. Truly believe everyone here appreciates and respects Rob. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, he works really hard. Rachel Cowell, I literally just said in Tommy's podcast, go with the energy behind the words, not necessarily the words used. Don't take things personally and jump down people's throats. Okay. Yeah, yes. Wiswick is same here. Terry B, yeah, we love Rob over at Typical Skeptic Podcast. It is tricky sometimes because it's hard to always express the right words and things for me. So I don't have a filter. There's no filter. It's up to you to take it as it's intended or not. And if you get triggered by things that I say, then that's an indication that healing is required. And we talk about sensitive topics, and there's always healing required on the stuff we talk about, isn't it? There always is, you know. And I was talking to somebody about my breakaway oracle, and I said just writing that oracle has been very triggering for me. And they were like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? Why would it be triggering?" Because I'm literally talking about my association with those topics, and there's trauma there. Yeah, there's trauma. So I'm having trouble writing the guidebook that goes with it. But the whole point of me creating that deck is to help people heal their aspects that are related to those topics, and to bring it into a healing focus. I wish I could screenshot all the TSP love in one pic to send to Rob. Aww. I agree. Refinding solutions and soul family. Thank you all. The hardest part is we never know what another is feeling and going through, and it's always best, though hard to do, to remember that those we care about and care about us. Yeah. So clipping it short there. Do it, Jason. And then we care that whatever. Yeah, no, we've all got a lot of respect over here for Rob Khalil. We really do. Like, we spend a good portion of our day over there every single day, 365. Yeah, really appreciate that you're putting the Oracle deck together. Big help for the community. Well, we'll see. I appreciate that. Thank you. We'll see if it makes any sense for anybody. So, I mean, how we all work with it will be different. But I'm going to give you the tools and the energy to hopefully help push people forward. But it could be you pick it up and think, no, it's too triggering. I don't know. Because I've creating it has been very cathartic. Is that the right word? It's been very healing for me. Creating this deck, like designing those images, was very very healing. And you know, and then it's like, because I had a collaborator, so I would create loads of things, and I would tune into the one that I thought was the one, and me and my collaborator would talk about it together, and they would almost, like, 9 out of 10 pick the same design that I picked and things like that. So we're tuning into the same energy. Yeah, which is so cool. Please send Rob love, light now. Yeah, and light, love. Wizard, those are the truest words. Where we go. What some people carry around with them would crush most people. That's so true. You talk about walking a mile in someone else's shoes, you know. Like Rob does a lot, and it's full boon. This time's rough for Rob. Plus solar energy and Schumann are intense. Yeah, so we're all really going through stuff right now. Wizard, those are the truest words. No, yeah, Rob's got a great channel over there. I wish I could have my channel as good as his channel. So, but we do what we can. So we didn't get Rob Castaldo last night. I kind of knew at the back of my mind that there was a disconnect between me and Rob Castaldo, but it's his allergies kicked off, so he couldn't come on because he could hardly breathe. So there's definitely some kind of disconnect there. So I'm going to try, but he's still open to coming on. It's not that he doesn't want to come on, but I feel like there's energy like in between me and Rob Castaldo. So when I get him on, I think we're going to kick back something. It's going to be like we're going to kick something out the way. So I might have to do some work on it, to be honest. And yeah, it gave you a chance to tune into the psychic duck. So I didn't get to see the psychic duck because they came on later and I was so tired. I was talking to a friend of mine as well. So in the end, I thought, I'm just going to go to bed. So I'll catch the replay on that for the psychic duck. So I always love to support the psychic duck if we can. And it's great when she comes on Typical Skeptic. Somebody put a comment on after I think I did the show with Matthew Mornian or somebody, and we were talking about psychic duck, and somebody put a comment on saying that there is another psychic duck who's male, and how dare I support a female psychic duck? And I was like, what? No idea what you're talking about, lady. So it was really weird, and you mean to say there's only one psychic duck in the whole universe? Well, there's plenty of regular psychics, and there's plenty of podcasts. Just because you support me doesn't mean you support others. Fearfo says, I had a great day. I was surprised by my baseline today, so I am grateful. Yeah, sometimes we have a positive day and nobody can shake that. But I'm pretty neutral at the moment. I'm getting hit a lot. Like yesterday when we were talking about Saturn, it took me the whole day to shake that. I was doing positive grid work while I was at the concert. Yeah, so you're that anchor node at the concert. Toby says, I just felt he wasn't going to come on. He had a live show tonight on his channel. Oh, really? I guess his allergies cleared up. No, it's fine, guys. He will come on, but it's going to have to be after my June conferences now. So I've sent him saying, what have you got for after the 24th? So Don's got great interviews. Yeah, on the Don Rogers March 4th Productions channel. So Jason might drop that link. What? Sorry. There you go. So March 4th Productions. Go check out Don and Spinger over there. He goes on every Friday night. Yeah. So that's really good. Yeah, they're good people. Good people. When I think of good people, I think of Tennessee, Kentucky, Big Fat. To me, they're good people. Yeah, they just really are so down to earth and lovely. Need to get them back on soon. I'm in like conference promo mode right now, so people who are coming on generally are going to be about the conferences coming up. So I've got the June 30th conference with Gina at Virginia Casella, so she'll be back on next Friday as well to talk about her conference. And so I should be doing hopefully some group podcasts as well. So I've got one that's going to be tonight, my Saturday night, but it's going to be recorded and then we're going to put it out onto everyone's respective channels probably on Sunday. And that's the Super Soldier Experiencer panel. And it is me and Michael Koff hosting this, and hopefully we'll do it once or twice a month. We're primarily focusing on people who are new at expressing their SSP testimony. So people who might not want to do a full show right now, or you're just piecing things together, to give you an opportunity to come on and to be part of talking about like what it's like to suddenly realize that this applies to you and start to get your memories come forward. So I'm going to prepare some standard questions for this today. Hey Willard, and we will we're going to record it on Zoom. So it's my first time recording a panel. I do get offers to host panels sometimes, like from Soma Arar, and I don't know, it's like I don't know. But I've asked Michael Koff to co-host on this because we both have a similar background in a way, based in wellness, but then we have the SSP narrative coming into our lives. So we're not doing card readings today, but you can ask a question of the pendulum, but I'm going to restrict you to 2 questions only, Willard. So I know you've got a lot going on there. Did you mean, can you? You give me, give me this. Well, maybe he's just referencing that when I lived in India, we'd say, give me this, give me that. But we're speaking English now, dear. We need a few more words. I used to say to my husband that in English, we need more than 3 words for everything. Yeah, less than 3 words is not English, dear. So, but in Hindi, yeah, you can have, 2 words and that's fine. So if you have a very specific yes or no question about something, you can pop that in the chat. Gasmatron, did you hear about the kidnapping at school? It's okay. He woke up. Oh, okay. You nearly got me there with that one. So welcome, Gasmatron, with the dad jokes. We used to have a lot of dad jokes on a couple of weeks back, didn't we? It was so cool. So we've got 18 people watching right now. So if you're a lurker in the background, we love you. Thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate it. And Terry B, talking about Phoenix. So yeah, if you want to ask a question, I have Pendulum with me today, so we can answer random questions, yes or no. You need to be very specific about your question so that there is a yes or no answer, because I do not work with maybes at all. Yeah, maybes are not helpful. But every now and then I will get what could seem like a maybe. There'll be a shuddering, jittering of the pendulum. Any surprises? I can tell you that's a yes right now. Every day is a surprise. So here we go. So we're tuning into Willard. Thank you. Are you connected? Okay. Are there any surprises for Willard this month? Yes, but he's saying that we're getting towards the end of the month. So I'm going to ask about June. Are there any surprises for Willard in June? Yes, but it's not truly unfolding right now what there is. So the energy is uncertain. So you've got decisions to make. And once you make those, it will finalize your timeline. Is Willard going to have any surprises this year? Yes, you will. There you go. You need to have a very specific question if you want anything more than that. Thank you. So this pendulum is designed by pendulumalchemy.com. It's a brass pendulum with the staff of Moses and the snake of Asclepius. So this is a healing pendulum that's specifically designed for Akashic record timeline weaving. Hiawatha. Spiderbite's in the chat. Good morning, Spiderbite. We're doing pendulum answers yes or no today, so you can put in random questions, all for entertainment purposes only. Take what resonates and leave the rest. But don't forget to trust your internal pendulum, okay? Yeah, so I have like a little dial in my mind. It goes yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. So I develop that. Every now and then I feel like, is this compromised? Yes. Okay. Let's reset the pendulum. Yeah, so has everyone got a topic of discussion? What's everybody doing this weekend? Will I date a Pisces man, says Spidey. Spidey, I don't know why. Recently I thought you were married. Okay, well, are we connected to Spiderbite? Let me just cleanse the energy. If one pendulum suddenly won't move when one asks a question after other questions got lively responses, what might that mean? It just needs a good cleanse generally. Or it could be you're not specific enough with the question, or yeah, generally that's it. Or pendulums are son of a bitches, right? They don't want to work. Not you, Asclepius. So we're tuning into Spiderbite. Will they date a Piscean man? I'm getting a no. Should I go back to school, says Danny. Okay. So if you don't like the answer to your pendulum results, then you might have healing work to do, or it might be you need to rephrase your question. Okay, so Danny, should Danny go back to school? So I am getting a yes, but I don't think it's going to be for what you expect it to be, because that was a very slow, unsure yes. So do you really know what you want to do? And is that a good fit for you? So that's something to think about. Kat says, yep, okay. Spiderbite says, typical won't work for me. So when a pendulum won't work for you, it's because you are not decisive enough. Okay, or you haven't bonded enough with the pendulum. So we need to make sure that we spend time with the pendulum, with its energy coming in towards us, that we carry it around with us, we have it under our pillow, we have it in our pocket. You have a bond with the pendulum because it works as an extension of you. But because mine is a particular type of pendulum that I work with every day, it started to get its own energy, its own consciousness in a way. So it does the work for me without me really having to put much effort in at all now. Do you program your pendulum? Now, I don't program things in the ways people might expect. I collaborate with them. Yeah, so we ask them to work with us. We ask them, especially pendulums and crystals, would you like to work with me today? And if it's a pendulum, they'll often say no. Right, they do, because they're tricky little suckers. Yeah, so I don't program them, because in a way you're saying you're going to do this until I tell you not to. That's the energy of programming. So like if you have a crystal grid or whatever and you're programming your crystal grid, then you're literally forcing and you're giving them a job to do that they're not completely consenting to. So when you select crystals for things, you say, would you like to work with me today? Or who would like to work with me today? And you'll be drawn to different ones. So that's a much kind of cleaner energy in a way, that you are collaborating with them. Yeah, because remember, each one has got their own little soul bite going in there. I don't think Rob hasn't seen 2012. I don't think he has, because when I brought up the character in the chat last year, he wasn't familiar with who I was talking about. But I've mentioned it previously. Thanks, Boo Thing. You started this Boo thing now. It's so funny. It's always good to see you. Okay, Mars Dog looks like he has a style in his eye. A sty in his eye. Okay. A sty in his eye. Kat says, I ask a controversial question. I wonder if I'm not supposed to know the answer yet. Well, that's quite possible, yeah. So your higher self is going to be like part of you that's sending these answers through. It's coming from your higher self. So I set that intention that that's where my answers are coming from. My higher self is talking to your higher self, right? Will I ever get married? Oh, Spider-Bite's got such a beautiful accent, this one. Love you, Aussies. Okay, will Spider-Bite ever get married? Oh, I'm going to rephrase this. Does Spider-Bite really want to get married? Maybe. Right? You like, do you want to get married? And it's like, yeah. Okay, so is there a partner for Spider-Bite who will appear in the next 3 months? In the next 6 months? 12 months? Okay, is there a partner in Spider-Bite's timeline who she will consider to be her husband? Okay, so are we going to find said partner who we consider to be Spider-Bite's husband in the next 3 months? Okay, there's a shift of energy there. So it's not that you're going to get married legally. It could be that you're living with somebody who you consider to be your husband. Potentially that person from this point in time is in your timeline within the next 3 months. Okay, does that make sense? But it's like, yeah, I'm not too sure about the legality of the situation. Yeah, does that make sense? So FIFO says, I program mine in the sense that I ask it to show me how to recognize the yes and the no. Well, yes, so that's just communicating. It's not programming. So it's programming if you say to it, if it's a yes, go this way. If it's a no, go that way. So what I generally teach is that we say to it, how would you like to communicate with me? So if I ask you a question and the answer is yes, which way would you like to go? So mine goes anti-clockwise for yes. If I ask you a question, the answer is no, show me which way you'd like to go. Okay, and mine goes clockwise for no. So I'm not programming it by saying, if it's a yes, you must go back and forth, right? Because my guy will go, but he just said no, I don't want to, because my yes is anti-clockwise, right? So each pendulum works slightly differently, but when you work with pendulums every day, you'll put a clear intention out, and mine all work the same way now because they want to work with me. But I primarily work with this guy, you see. I do have other ones. Is there one in here? No, but I can pretty much pick up. I've got another Akashic one that I don't work with as much. It's like my backup one. I can pick up any pendulum, any crystal pendulum, any metal pendulum, and it will have the same way of working for me because I'm an alchemist, so my authority is quite high with the pendulums. This is just air, it's just dust in the air. Okay, it's not orbs. Can it know that? So when I work with the pendulum, it's my higher self is connecting basically into your higher self. So yeah. Your higher self knows that. Yeah, collaboration. Yeah, so collaboration is a nicer term. Because programming is when you're saying, okay, you're going to do it this way because I say. So I try and get people away from that idea of programming and more the idea of this is a being that wants to work with you. And I think that's a much nicer connection. Yeah, Aussie accent is great. I washed it with salt water and put eye ointment in it. Oh, you're talking about the dog. Okay. So I don't expect to. So if you're not expecting to get married and you're asking a question, when will I get married? Then there's that disconnect on the answer there because you're not, you haven't really set the intention that in the future I will get married and I'm open to being married. Yeah. So we're talking about the dog's eye. I don't know if I'll ever get married. Is that a question that you wanted to ask? How young are you, Spidey? Yeah, Fearlessly Finishes says, I'm not married, but we've been together for 13 years now. Oh, Spider-Man is 59. Wow. My parents kind of ruined the idea of marriage. Yes, I agree. Grand Risings, it's Karen Hansen. A partner would be better to ask, will I date a farmer? Oh. Now, have you got one in mind, Spidey? Because if you have that one in mind, then keep them in mind. But tuning into Spider Bite, connected. Okay, will Spider Bite marry a farmer? Will she date a farmer? Yeah, there's a strong possibility of you dating a farmer. 13 is very respectable time. Okay. Yeah, still got it, girl. You still got it, girl. My uncle is 63 and dating someone just now. Why mess up a good thing with marriage? Yeah, if I could do that again, I probably would not get married because we were really happy for so many years. And then when you bring that into it, it just Tower Havened the entire thing. It really did. And there's plenty of people that we do not speak to now because of that process. Yeah. And we're not together now, but it's less for other reasons. Fearlessly Finished says, I also do the right hand clockwise and the left hand counter. And I totally understand. I misuse the word program. That's okay. No, that's fine. Do a lot of stuff counterclockwise. Yeah. So I work with, so for divination, I do yes and no that way. But when I work with alchemy, I still do clockwise as energy going into the body or positive energy around the person and their timeline. And anti-clockwise is unwanted energy that I'm releasing from the body. So I work two completely different ways. Joe, morning. Can you ask if my dad will get his blue badge he just applied? So we'll have to check with his higher self. Okay. Joe, did you order a deck of cards? Was that you? Because it was like a jewelry name on it. So Joe's dad, can we tune into his higher self, please? Okay, will he receive his blue badge? Yes, but it's a bit tentative. So will he receive the blue badge in the next 6 weeks? 12 weeks? Okay, it's going to take a little bit longer than he's hoping. It might take 3 months. So blue badge is like a disability thing that we have out here for when you're driving and stuff. So yeah, so he will get it, but there might be more hoops to go through. Spider Bite's letting out the secrets. So Terry B, Spider, I've been married for 34 years and I think it's okay to have separate houses. Yes. A lot of people are going for separate bedrooms now or separate suites, aren't they, if they've got a big house? And I totally agree with that. Because even with the sharing of double bed, like I've got a friend from Hungary and each person would have a separate duvet, so a separate quilt, so they'd have single quilts on their bed. And then I thought, well, that's not right, that's a bit impersonal, but honestly it makes such a difference to your own sleep when you can actually hold your own, because I hold my cover. So if you've got, so what she does is she puts the two single, it's very European, she puts two single duvets and then they fold them in half on each side of the bed so that each person gets in and then they unfold their duvet. So I love it. I absolutely love it. And then of course you've got the ease of putting the duvet covers on a single rather than a double, which is like a whole, drama. So Jazzy Bella, good morning. Will the person on my end break silence soon? Missing time, plough that field. No, she wants somebody else to plough the field. Sorry. Jazzy Bella, are we connected? Oh, Oh, Jazzy Bella's got strong pendulum energy. Will the person in her mind break silence soon? Yep. So is it in the next week? In the next 2 weeks. So there's more chance of them breaking silence 2 weeks or more. Yeah. You want separate beds. Honestly, back in the 1950s, where it was all about separate beds, and then and that was quite normal to be seen on TV, wasn't it? With the twin bed thing going on, pushing the beds together, and then when double beds came out, I don't think that's healthy. Men sleep better with women in the bed, but women don't sleep better with men in the bed, in accordance to several studies I've seen on Instagram. Which is where I get a lot of my information, unfortunately. And my information comes from you guys or Instagram. Spidey, is there by chance a piece of the land you either helped out with or have imagined something with that piece of land, be it a garden or a patio? Ooh, Felix is getting something here. I probably invest with separate beds because I can never sleep. I don't want to disturb. Yeah. So one of my sisters has, she snores, he snores. He's got health conditions, so he gets restless leg syndrome and things like that. He's a lot older than her as well, so they, very different patterns and energy. So she used to go and sleep in the box room in the spare bedroom. I think it's healthy. I don't think we should be putting our partner through disturbed sleep. Whereas I'm solar powered and I get up at 5 a.m. My previous partner was moon powered and would get up later than me and stuff. So yeah. Missing time for 20s, making it confirmed that he's actually alone right now. So he's single, ladies. Jason is single in Chicago. Spider-Bite, the farmer is in Chinese a rooster. His ex-wife was a rooster. He's engaged to a rooster, so it won't work out. Oh. So, has the farmer had enough of rooster energy? He's had enough of rooster energy. Things could be about to change. Oh, it was you. Oh, thank you so much, Joe. Yeah, the cards are going for production right now, so I'm hoping to have them next week at some point. I'm still finishing off the guidebook and the bonuses that go with the Breakaway Oracle. You can head to breakawayoracle.com, where there is that price is locked in for the next 10 days, and after that, it goes on the actual normal price. Yeah, so there's a pre-sale offer on right now, which is what you guys have been purchasing. And it'll go up slightly. I will be taking some to Bases 2026 with me in Pusey and Wiltshire. So if you're down that way and you're coming to Bases, you can always purchase a deck from me there. But please let me know so I've got enough decks with me, because I'm not going to bring that many, because I'm traveling on the train. So Fearlessly Fitting says, I have my own room, so does my neighbor with Hairman. We've been struggling a lot with excessive transformers and G towers. I like the way you say that, the G towers. Yeah, I think it's really, especially if you're a magical person, you need to have your own space. Yeah, you need to have a dedicated space. So where, in my last relationship, I would put something out, like, a nice crystal grid in the hallway, and he'd just walk up to it and just go, no, on the floor. And I was fuming out because we were about to go away that time, and I thought, I'll just put a crystal grid here to cleanse the house while we're away. And then he just, no, not interested in that. Very disrespectful. Grandparents have separate rooms, yeah. Judy Vickers, by the next new moon, will I return to my employment? Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to ask 2 questions here. So can we tune into Judy Vickers? Are we connected? Okay. So the first question is, does Judy want to return to her employment? Not really. Okay, so will Judy, by the next new moon, return to her employment? So I'm getting a yes, but I feel like it's a very faint yes. I feel like there might be more options available for you. So start to kind of put it out there, say, okay, I would like this or something even better, and put that out to the universe, because there could be, it's a very uncomfortable yes. Do you know what I mean? It's like you don't really want to, perhaps. So I'm not sure how else to say that. But should Judy Vickers get a new job? Yeah, should it be a career change? Not too sure. You need to really make your mind up about what you want to do. But hey, I'm looking for a muggle job when I don't really want a muggle job, and I'm not even getting invited to interviews. So I've got an interview coming up week after next, but it's like the second interview out of like 100 job applications. So it's weird, and I'm overqualified for a lot of things. Fearless Finity says, I can't sleep in the master bedroom, but I also very much need my morning meditation time. I'm not super nice. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. One of my friends was talking when we met in person in December, because they live abroad, obviously, and it's like they knew I was a nice person, but they also knew the capacity for me to be a very dark person, and they could just sense that energy. Yeah, I don't hide it. I know most people do separate rooms for snoring. Yeah. Phoenix, what do you mean imagining the garden? I'm not sure how to answer that. Chelsea Bella says okay. I think Danny's saying see you later. I slept with the dog on my bed last night. That's good. Try getting Mr. Kitty on my bed. Yeah, Mr. Kitty does a lot of cleansing for you while you sleep. Was there some sort of piece of property you either helped with or imagined? Yeah, fearlessly. How should we call you? What should we call you? You've got a very long name, and typically I shorten things down. So what would you like us to call you? She goes by Phoenix. Okay. So I snore with the power of 10,000 kittens, says Mr. Rickus. And you've got 7 cats in your house. Do they come into the bedroom? Kastori, hi. Will I ever relocate for where I'm living and when? So tuning into Kastori. Are we connected? Okay. So I got a flush of energy then, by the way, so you do have a bit of healing to do. Will I ever relocate from where I'm living? So Kastori, will they relocate from where they're living? Are they moving? You are, but you need to be very crystal clear about where you want to go, okay? So when are they going to move? Is it in the next 3 months? Next 6 months? Next year? So it's until you make that very clear decision of what you really want, it's coming up. It could be like a year, right? So start to drill it down, start to really think about this is what I want, or something even better. Try and hone it down and get more clear with your questioning. Yeah. Partner sleeps with the lights on. Who sleeps with the lights on? That's ridiculous. I sleep with my curtains open now. Ever since the Michael Koff show. That first time we did the Michael Koff show about paranormal, and I had something jump on my bed. Yeah, I sleep with the curtains open, so the light's coming in from outside, but I have something over my eyes. Now I will get fee fi fo stuck in my head. That's so funny. Yeah, yours snores loudly as well and lays his heavy arms on me. Oh. To the farmer. Was at the farm last week. Farmer doesn't live there, but I met him that day, and I've imagined living at the farmhouse. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So many relationships do not last past 7 to 10 years. Are Earth humans really supposed to be in longer relationships? I don't believe so. Because when you look at the breakaway colonies, the things that we consider to be normal are not normal there. Yeah, they have much more open relationships at times as well, from what we've heard from Nuskin and John Whitberg. So, are humans meant to be in long-lasting monogamous relationships? No. Are humans meant to be in monogamous relationships lasting more than 7 years? No, but as I say that, I'm getting a flush of energy on my left side body, my feminine body, because I've got healing to do about my relationships. But yeah, so we're not actually designed to be that. So are humans, are women, females, meant to have more than one partner? Okay, are men meant to have more than one partner? Are we meant to have open, consensual sexual relationships? Are we meant to be in a tribal community where we have multiple partners? Yes, we are. We're meant to live as tribes so that we can support each other. So it takes a village and all that, but we're meant to have a lot more open sexual relationships according to the Pendulum. What? Jason, you're not a loser. You tried to delete it and someone's saying, take that back. You're not. Jason's not. Jason's actually one of my most anchored people, so I rely on Jason quite a lot to kind of like check myself, and you know, and I love having Jason as my friend. Phoenix says, I don't know if that's for missing time. No, I mean, we're all going through things all the time, so people don't see. Eric says, oh, are these evaporating relationships due to the current environment on Earth? Okay, so Eric's saying, are these evaporating relationships due to the current environment on Earth? Yes. So is the current matrix making it hard for people to have longer relationships? Yes, but we do it to ourselves also. So are we just meant to be in an open society? Yeah, humans were never really designed to focus on one partner. Partner's a heat generator, says Danny. Plus our bully, 70 pounds, gets in between us and we need to get a bigger mattress. Oh my word. Okay, pond stuff. What? Mr. Kitty's just been ignoring me. Oh. Judy says you're right, thank you. We snuggled with him in his closet fort today. Oh. Danny says a dog snores like a grown-ass man with sleep apnea. Okay. Just catching up, looking for questions. Kitty's in the bedroom. Yeah. They do a lot of protection work. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Danny says, dude, we have a dirt pit. Dude, we have a dirt pit from when we had dump truck hauling dirt. It's a pond when it rains a lot. I love throwing rocks in the pond. There you go. Tan, good to see you. We've had so many past lives though, so we have had many partners. Yeah. Okay, Deep Space Nine episode. Right, Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Jadzia Dax, who's got the Trill Dax in her belly. And so she's connecting in with one of his past wives who comes to the station. And that's the first like girl on girl kiss, possibly in Star Trek history. I don't know. So you guys correct me. So that was the past life energies coming forward. So the Trills remembered each other, right? The symbiotes remembered each other, and the love connection was still there. Scandalous. It was scandalous episode. Woo. Oh yeah, Donna Spinger got married on Typical Skeptic podcast. Yeah. Jason, if I hear Anchor talking before her mouth moves, do I increase the delay or decrease it? Oh, have I gone out of sync again? This really annoys me. I usually notice it on the recordings. So, because I'm looking at myself and I don't look like I'm out of sync. But it's generally when I press the sidebar, things go out of sync or it has trouble processing. Yeah. Jason will be next to get married on TSP. Should we ask that? It was on the channel that got yeeted. It was on the old channel. Yeeted. Woo, it's free love day. Find a partner and do-si-do. Who effing woo? Woo effing who? Kastori, can we ask another question? No, you can ask as many questions as you like. Yeah. I only limited Willard because Willard has a million questions in his mind all at once. Yeah. My accent's getting better. Oh, I love your redneck American accent. So I'm a high-tech redneck. See, I'm getting training from Danny. She doesn't realize she's training me. Is marriage just a control program, says Terry? Great question. Is marriage... Hold on, let's cleanse it. Thank you. Terry says, is marriage a control program? It is. So I actually saw something on Instagram and where it is that you do not have a contract with your partner. You have a contract with the state. They have a contract with the state and they are there, right? What's in between is meant to be God, right? But you do not have a direct contract with your partner. You might have a sexual contract with your partner, but legally you are going via the state. So even when you get divorced, you still have a contract with the state and that's your divorce certificate, right? So you're marrying the state, both of you. There's nothing in between you. Okay, so yeah, so it's bad. I mean, I got married in India, and there's a lot of stamps involved, right? There's a lot of notarizing of things involved. But yeah, so marriage is a control program between you and the state. That's right. It costs money to get married, costs money to get divorced, and even then, that's not the end of it because you've got that divorce certificate. Yeah, so it's all. It was the first in TV history. Oh, that's good. 700 subs. Oh, thank you guys so much. Story, am I on the right path, or the experience of the last June put me off track? Okay. So, experiences for Story last June, was that learning lessons? No. Ooh, what happened last June? So are they on the right path now? So last June, was that a course correction? Yes, so whatever happened last June was an absolute course correction. You were heading down the wrong way, and you've been course corrected now. So you are on the right path. If it doesn't feel like the right path, then it's an opportunity to have a look and ask those questions. Is this in my highest good? Is this in my highest timeline? So maybe there's some energy that you need to shift there. OMG, the orbs. Are you seeing orbs? I don't see them. So I was watching back one of Alondra Markman's videos that he did on Journey to Truth, and Alondra described the orbs as it could be consciousness coming in from the guide team, or it could be the guide team just sending little sparks of energy, like in his energetic field. And Alondra and I both work with a very similar guide team, so he has Octurians as well and stuff like that. So yeah, so I've started to watch his meditations and things more now, because last year I had an issue with his voice was activating me, and I need to do a lot of healing, and I'm past that now. So I'm more comfortable. Alondra is just an amazing resource. Yeah, he's a lovely person. So Terry Big, yeah, on the control question, pre-pendulum answer convinced, yeah. So I got invited to a documentary premiere about DS9. Ooh. I saw something about Kate Mulgrew, Captain Catherine Janeway. Was that in Chicago? They're putting on some kind of thing in Chicago. Is that right, Jason? Can you check that out? Yes, Boo, accent's improving. The Addams Family were the first couple seen in bed together, or the Munsters. Oh, I love the Munsters. I love the Addams Family. That was a big point. I've been drinking tonight. Okay, Jason, missing time 420. We love you. You don't need to be muted. No, you're good. You guys have the power. I will abide. Yeah, only I've got the power to mute you. We'll see. Who's your top mod? Spider Bite, the American accents are really different on Australian TV. They tone it down somehow so that the twang is gone. Well, Danny's real country. She's got that real strong Texas accent, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Because I know lots of people in Texas, but not everyone has her accent, you know? They've different, but I love Danny's. It'll be who thing. Who thing who? Who effing who and woo effing who is where we are going, brothers and sisters. Completely out of weeds is missing time. Oh, it costs money to die. Yes, these are all contracts with the state, of course, contracts with the dark regressives. It's free pancakes and sausage day. Yeah, I got a ticket to see Selena. Well done. Yeah, so we want to know. We want to know she's okay. Wisdom says they get you when you come in, they get you when you're here, they get you on your way out. Sometimes if you're in the programs, they just keep bringing you back and recycling you. Yeah, so the first contract that you ever have is your birth certificate, and that's the contract where basically your parents sell you off, and without realizing it, you become cattle. You go onto the stock market. That's the first contract we have. So that's how we do this in this mofo. And Jason keeps speaking up. We don't like to mute people unless you like a certain person. You're good to go. Certain person can't see they can see my channel, but we can't see them. Yeah, because they called me very bad things live, behind the scenes. They called me something really awful. It begins with a C. Jason's always awake. Oh my god, I'm always like, Jason, are you there? And he's like, yeah, I'm always here. But have been more in my life than ever this year. I don't know what that means. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the last live was members only and I missed it, I was butt hurt. Well, the reason why I wanted to talk to you guys about this was because I apologize for doing that. But it's like I didn't want to make it fully public yet until I spoke to everyone to find out who did watch my yesterday morning live. Was that too much? Because it was a bit controversial. And I swore quite a lot on it because we were following the typical skeptic experience that we'd had when they had the cyberbullying show. And so we did talk about that a little bit. We talked about it a little bit, didn't we? So I have made it members only for now, while I find out, was it too much, me swearing on camera and saying that was this, that, and the other, and and so that's all. So I might just take it down completely, but I wanted to talk to you guys about it first. Yeah. So don't be butthurt, not butthurting anybody. Okay, just saw an apparition appear to your top left, Julia, and to the right of you for the chat room. Okay, they're here or there? Okay, so as you say that now, I'm getting like, ah. Okay, so this is a safe space for all. Please only light my enter here. Okay. Please, to my guides and guardians, take away any unwanted energies from this space. I do not consent to any unwanted energies. Anything that's not here in purest love, light, and light love shall leave this space immediately as I command it in accordance with my position within cosmic law. Get out. You are dismissed. Only my loving guide team may remain in this space. Yeah, in true benevolence with no conflicting agendas. And so it is. Yep. So Missing Time says, in case you guys didn't know, TSP helped me while getting sober. That's lovely. Yeah, so we have quite a lot of shows when it's about recovery on Typical Skeptic. Rob's an advocate for that kind of thing. So Jason, Missing Time 420 is an advocate for that kind of thing. So we do have shows from time to time about that, don't we? I know Jason's probably the best person to talk to. If you do need support with that, then he can point you in the right direction. And Karen Holton was talking about things like that as well when we did the video the other day, that she talks to people about using cannabis. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know. And so she is a counsellor for that kind of thing, and she can recommend. She's been through some kind of training that allows her to do that. But Missing Time 420 has got a massive knowledge base, so do reach out to Jason if you need support with things, guys. Do ladies prefer pecs or no pecs? Pecs, straight away, pecs. Asking the question. In general, do ladies prefer pecs? Do ladies prefer no pecs? It's a yes for pecs, guys. It's a yes for the pecs. Okay. If you can make those pecs dance, it's in the bag. Yeah. So, do ladies prefer pecs that can dance? No. It's weird. Man boobs. It's shadows from the window, I think, and a moth. Okay, maybe. I am oblivious to what's in here with me. I really am oblivious. Unless it literally comes out and tickles me or something, or it shows itself, which it rarely does. So like orbs flying around, I don't see them. Yeah, I see them afterwards, but I don't see them. Changing my light. There you go. The light's off now. Referring to chickens. Okay. Let's leave the show in the past. Okay. No, I was just saying that we get into that kind of thing, don't we? Not me, but I'm not great with that. But Missing Time and Rob and Earthgrid, and they talk about recovery. I've got a couple of videos on my channel with Michelle from Earthgrid Rescue Mission, and she was talking about her recovery journey. We ended up doing like 3 videos because the connections were so bad between us that we ended up having to do 3 videos just for her to talk about her journey from being somebody who used things on a regular basis to that process of learning how to get off it. And they literally just hook you onto something else. So I've not been through that, so I can't really talk about that kind of thing. But yeah, you support Chastity. Yes, Chastity's channel. You can drop that in if you wish. Missing Toast is getting into better shape. Need to have a talk with Rob. Okay. Yeah. We all have our own personal lessons to go through. I mean, mine is like, I'm literally freaking mind wiping myself every day with Pepsi Max. And, and even Sean Bond has been quite vocal about saying that I'm a cannibal, and Draco Reed's literally said the same thing. You do know that they put baby fetus in Pepsi, and I'm like, what? Like, Okay, but I've literally got trillions of contracts with PepsiCo on and off planet, so it's not like something I can just go, oh, I'm avoiding everything. There's just lots. So, and for me, it's like I have a routine, so I'm reliant on this routine. Like right now, I do not have any fresh Pepsi. So when we finish here, that's the first thing I'm going to do is go out to the shop and get a fresh bottle of ice cold Pepsi, Pepsi Max. So even though I know it's not good for me, it's taking me time to kind of push it out my routine. But next to me right now, I've got like Cherry Tango. This was Fanta. And I've got a bottle of water next to me, right? So I am making steps each day to bring in extra fluids to dilute myself in a way. So I'm trying because I don't want to look that bad when I go to the conference next month as well. I want to try and look as best as I can because I've got to travel. I've got like a full day of travel, taking stuff with me. So when you do travel by train, it's hard, and I'm not 100% mobile. I can walk around, but when I'm standing for long periods of time, it really hurts. It takes its toll. It's like they sliced off some of the back of my heel, and that has not fully recovered. So the ankle is stronger, but it doesn't like me standing, and things like that. So at the moment, because it's so humid, my ankles and my feet and my legs got swollen over the last few days. They're just coming back down now. And I used my vibration plate and it made it worse. Right? So I think it's some medication that I took. I was talking to one of my friends who's a nurse. And yeah, so if the personality is shite, then pecs don't matter. That's so true. Uh, Spidey says I have very little meat on my very little meat on my bones. I wouldn't want to feel too tiny with a big man. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I tried to help somebody. Yes. Yeah, we go through these phases of trying to help certain people, and people are trying to help me or whatever, and I'll be like, no. So I'm not ready. Kastori's got a question. Okay, let's clear the air. Yeah, that's a good point from Wizard Vickers. How can you tell if it's a dad joke? It'll grow on you. Kistori says, will I heal from how I am feeling right now and recuperate what it was lost? Okay. Well, I can tell you straight away it's going to be a yes. So, Kistori, will they heal from how they're feeling right now? Yeah, that's a very strong yes. Will they recuperate what it was lost? I'm not sure that's the right phrasing on that. But yes, that's strong. You've got very strong spiritual energy. So just review your kind of energy lifestyle, put some, grounded practices in place, things that you do every day for healing. So, putting down your roots into the earth, that's a healing action that we do. You can breathe up healing energy from Mother Earth. You can breathe up protection, breathe up crystal frequencies, whatever you need. Anchor yourself down into the earth. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why we are the Anchorhaven channel. So that we are anchoring into the earth and we're bringing in those haven heavenly energies coming down. So we're just these lightning rods in between, and we can capture in whatever we need when we need it. So yeah, so get yourself outside, get grounded, put some good practices and thoughts, good strong positive thoughts as well. Like a what have I missed? I was blocked a message about working out with the woo. Okay, keep it up, girl. Yeah, guys, I try. Good salt in good water with lime. That's a good one, yeah. Put the lime in the coconut. Yeah. Put salt in your water. Now, I actually do have a lot of salt, and um so, but my partner being Indian used to cook curry all the time, and in India they're salting the food, still salting. So I had to say to him, "Can you dial back on the salt? This is not good." And now I found myself increasing the salt because I read somewhere that your body can flush out salt; it can't flush out is sugar. Right, but it can adjust from having too much salt, but too much sugar in the body that has an unwanted reaction. So yeah, it's finding that fucking funny. That's what was that word you gave me? You gave me a word. I can't remember, Spider. Oh, Spider? I still got to pack for morning train. Oh, you're going today? Okay, great. Yeah, last minute throw stuff in. So please give our loving blessings to Selena and her beautiful little girls, her beautiful daughters. Take her a little gift. Okay, just being there is the gift. If you like pina coladas, okay. I'll be available on the ride. Okay, good. Yeah, keep us updated. Safe travels. Sugar changes the vibration of your cells. Yes, yes. Interesting. Okay, any more questions for the pendulum? Now, magnesium can help counteract the effects of a high sugar diet. So I tried to do magnesium bath and it dried up my skin so bad. I have salt baths, so I have more baths than I do showers now. And the main reason was because I had my foot surgery. I didn't feel stable enough to stand in the shower. So my shower is over my bathtub. So you have to climb into the bath, right? So when I take off my hearing aids, I have no balance because it takes out my equilibrium. So I have less showers and more baths now. And climbing in and out of the bath has been part of my challenge, getting my mobility up so that I can do that. And I can do that right now. So I put a lot of salt, Dead Sea salt, Himalayan salt, sometimes Epsom salts, but I didn't like the feeling on that either. I generally work with Dead Sea Salt. I love it. Yeah, Selena is really, really awesome. She's such a lovely person. We're talking about JJ now? Okay, JJ's a good person. Sorry. We do also shout out for JJ for getting me a mattress pad. Oh, yeah. Joyful Jennifer is such a lovely person. Yeah, it's been a lifesaver. Yeah. Epsom salt in the bath reduces inflammation. I might do an Epsom salt bucket and put my feet in the bucket today. I might do that for a bit. But I did have a cold shower yesterday, so that was nice because it's super hot here where I am. Okay, any more questions for the pendulum? Has anyone got anything going on? Or we can have questions for the collective. A cork under your pillow is supposed to stop leg cramps. Okay. That's awesome. That's really funny. So will I Castora, you've got so many questions. Will I reconnect with art this year or will it take more time? This is your last one, Castori. Okay. Let's do the cleansing. Okay, so will Castori reconnect with art this year? I'm getting a yes, but there is a bit of resistance. Will it take time? So will it take time? Yes. Will it take more than 3 months? More than 6 months? Okay, so between 3 and 6 months, you should be able to reconnect to that person. I'm not sure it's going to be in the way that you intend, so we need to clarify your intentions, yeah? Because reconnect with them could just be a friendship or it could be, you know, it might not be a partnership. So really set the intention and focus on the energy of what you'd like to co-create with that person. Eric says, Anchor, does the part of your hearing aid that goes to the back of your head vibrate? No. So I've got these ones. Yeah. So these go around my ear, and this fits inside my ear. So this is like the receiver, and this is going out into my ear. So these were made for iPhone. So these are quite high tech. These cost me probably about $2,500, but they only last for 5 years, and these were getting into like 7 years. So the quality of things. So my left one has been replaced 3 times, but I always have trouble with my left side. Always trouble with the left. So does it vibrate the skull? No. So I don't have that. It's a question for you. Yeah. So I don't have anything that vibrates in my head. It shouts in, because the vibration bones in my inner ear don't work anymore. They fuse with calcium. So they're the stapes bones. It's like a little tiny fork. It's a tiny little fork. They fused with calcium when I was pregnant. So we were talking about this on the live yesterday. So I do have hearing, and I have tried to do the conduction thing with headphones. Because I do security work and you have to have an earpiece. I need that to be right up on full. So I did experiment with like receivers that I could literally just put around the back of my skull, and it didn't work for me. I still needed more sound, more power to get through where it needed to go, because I don't have the stapes bone working. So some people have a disconnect in other areas, but because my vibration system is not working, yeah, it's not working. But I still get like voice to skull coming in that does bounce off like the main skull at the back. And you know it's voice to skull when you put the tap running and you're still getting that loud noise or loud frequency, and it amplifies with the sound of the water. Then you know it's the V2K. They say soap. Okay, leg cramps. Soap. Oh, that's interesting. Grounding sheet on your bed helps sleep and blood flow. You know, I'm going to get my grounding mat out today. It's a good reminder. Thank you. Spiderbite, this is wild as garlic cloves and socks for bed. JJ came in big time. Yes, JJ is so lovely. We don't see her very often. Sometimes the chats are too much energy now. Right, yeah. I'm not going to read that out, Jason. So, but I'm not sure what happened there, to be honest. But that particular person didn't take the advice that I'd given them about that. So, you know, I did do a reading publicly and I said this was going to be a long series and they didn't take the advice. Okay, so will we have a good productive Zoom Saturday night? So the Wizard Witkiss is coming on the SSP Zoom, along with Missy Hill, along with Tiffany, Michael Koff. Hopefully Nathan Fox will be in there as well. And so we're going to be talking about SSP experiences. So will it be a good productive Zoom on Saturday night? Oh, it's a bit tentative. I need to really set the intention for it today. I'm going to write down some questions, some standard questions that we can like topics that we can talk about so that we're a bit more focused. So we've got a little bit of an agenda, and then that'll be like a format for that session. So I'm still working on the idea. Panels, I'm not very confident with. Yes, my last one, I'm very grateful to you. All the answers are, you're welcome, Kustori. When you see, keep the message secret. Have I said something out that I shouldn't have? Hey, angels are live. How are you? Yeah, how are you doing there? Okay. Are you going live now? Are you live after this? Or is that tomorrow? So we've got Nikki Jacobs in the chat. I think you do your live Saturday night, which is my Sunday morning, because I don't do a Sunday morning one. So that's when we head over to Angels Are Life, Angels Are Belief. I sleep on a grounding mat, highly recommend that. So we're working with the pendulum. We're doing yes or no answers with the pendulum. This is my Asclepius, my Akashic record healing pendulum. We'll send to her wouldn't work email. Okay. So yeah, so there is a video on my channel with Nikki Jacobs, guys. Do go check that out if you missed it. We did it last week, was it? And it was a good video. And Nikki does her weekend live, so Saturday 11 p.m. Pacific. So I don't go live this time tomorrow, but Nikki's generally live when I'm not. So do go check that out. She talks about all things kind of paranormal, esoteric, secret space program over there. Restore belief with Nikki. Yeah, so do go follow her over there. Eric says, so a modified version of V2K hearing aids, magnifying and transmitting sound in your space, may be a positive use of the tech. Flip it good. Go forward, move ahead, try to detect. Yeah, well, lately they've been messing with my hearing aids a lot. Right before the Drago Reed interview, hearing aids disconnected from the phone. Right before another interview that was controversial, my hearing aids disconnected from the phone. So I was in a frenzy and a friend phoned me and I literally just burst into tears and I was like, oh my God, they're trying to take away my voice, trying to take away my sound, you know, right before a major interview that I've been trying to set up for 6 months. I was just like, this is not good. So yeah, so my targeting pattern is quite simple these days. I stay within the lines, but obviously breaking out and talking to people like Drago Reed, they were worried what was going to happen on that. But Drago Reed and I, you know, because we're siblings, we have a good bond. We stick to a particular way of working, and you know, he talks about the same things. But because we're doing a live Q&A, I guess my handlers and Rob's handlers or Drago Reed's handlers potentially were thinking, okay, we're going to give you a warning shot here. So they disconnected my hearing aids right before the show and I was an absolute mess. It was like an hour before and it took me a while to sort it out. Whip it good. So WFW is woo fecking who, and this has come from the Igron video. So if you're not familiar, that's why we do that, because the Igron video is so good. So they're affecting your hearing, not nice. Well, I'm deaf now, so they took away my hearing when I was pregnant 17 years ago. And so now I have hearing aids on both sides. So I am deaf. I do sign, very limited way, but it's pretty awful. I do British Sign Language. And I don't really have that many people to sign with these days, though, which is a shame. But yeah, they're messing with my hearing aids. So generally, I just get pain in the body. I get financial targeting. I get direct energy weapons. I get voice to skull. There's some variation of that most days. But when I stick to my aftercare program that I've analysed, as long as I'm doing the same same routine, I'm generally okay. If I move outside my local area, I have to plan it minimum 2 weeks in advance, otherwise I'll get hit. I'll get my mobility targeted, so my bones have weakened because of all the programs. So I had to have a foot surgery last year in June, so it's literally like next week, so like 51 weeks ago, or whatever, or 53 weeks ago, I don't know. So next week, next week I had a surgery, and they put 2 trackers in my foot in the surgery, and I saw them on the x-rays, and I collapsed and dissolved one out, and then they implanted another one etherically. So me and Phil Barrow were having to like dissolve out the trackers and stuff. Oh yeah, WFW mugs and Barra t-shirts and Anchorhaven logo t-shirts are available on my galactechfire.com/Anchorhaven store. That's run by Sonia Galactech. So do go and have a look over there. We should privately talk regarding health. Yeah, probably. Yep. So the last year has been a big mobility recovery for me. So I had a major foot surgery. It's taken me a year to actually get mobile again properly. She's not kidding. There's something there. Yeah, I've got the x-rays. I've got the x-rays to show there was something on the x-rays. So they had to, because so imagine this is my foot. So this is the bone here, was basically, with so much pain, and then they were just amplifying the pain in the body. I get a very little pain in both feet right now, and which is weird. And so I spent the last year of like learning how to walk properly again, and standing is still a bit of an issue, because I'm a bit top heavy now. So I'm still working on that. So I bought myself one of those little under desk cycles, and I'm gonna try that out today. Have you had a follow-up scan since? No, not for a while. The last one probably was the end of August last year, I think. I don't know, but what I would like to do, because you have to request the x-rays formally, I'm going to try and put in a formal request to get my x-ray copies, and then we'll see if they match the photos that I sneakily took when I was at the hospital. Because you're not allowed to take photos. There's big things on the wall saying do not take photos of your x-rays, because basically it's their property, it's not our property, even though it's our information. So, and I said to one of the nurses, can I please, and she kind of just turned away like this so that I could take a photo without her seeing me take a photo. So yeah, so I'm like sneakily trying to zoom in and take photos. So I've got 2 photos of my feet, like before and after. And yeah, my feet look weird. They really do. The dreaded Arrow Park Hospital. Yes, that's true. So I went to Arrow Park. No, I had my surgery at Clatterbridge. And they were very good. I was the only person there that night, so I had the whole ward to myself. Took very good care of me. So that was a positive experience, apart from 2 trackers were placed in my foot, right? And so whether they were aware that was happening, whether they got beamed into my foot or they physically placed there, injected in, I do not know. But I was in surgery for nearly 4 hours. It was more than 3.5 hours I was in surgery. And the nurse practitioner said to me, yeah, we were really like hammering and chiseling. Yeah, so they break your ankle, and they rebuild the ankle with staples. I've got staples through my foot, and I've got plates and everything around my ankle now. Nurse Ratchet, yeah. I thought Ray was coming on TSP today. He did. Yeah, Ray did a show on Typical Skeptic, because I caught a little bit of it. The bit I caught, he was talking about, they had been talking about Italy SSP. So yeah, I do have memories of Italy SSP, along with Australia, Russian, European. I think mainly it was British, and I was just went out and about. But yeah, I'm in global monarch programs. That's what I've been looking into for the last few months. There may have been trolls. Oh, okay. I prefer Clatterbridge. I had a hip replacement last year. Yeah, so I had the main surgery at Clatterbridge, but then you go to the fracture clinic at Arrow Park for all the aftercare and everything that goes in that. But because I live upstairs and I'm a single parent, I had to have paramedics come and collect me every time, and they'd have to strap me into a rescue chair and carry me down the stairs on this chair and carry me back up the stairs. So it was bad. Now, right now, my sister Pauline broke her foot, so she's got a full like half leg cast on, and so she's like struggling, and she's saying to me, I don't know how you managed. And I'm like, I just had to make it work, because my sisters would come for like 15 minutes and they just clean the kitchen, give me my food, and then they go, mainly because my flat was so hot, and because I'm such a private person generally, they nobody stayed, because my flat was like sweltering. This time last year was sweltering. It was so bad. Oh yeah, check if anyone's been unsubscribed. So yesterday, I've been unsubscribed from Typical Skeptic 3 times, and then I went and checked all my friends' channels, and I've been unsubscribed. So yeah, so if you guys notice that I've not subscribed to your channel, please don't take it personally. There's some kind of glitch on YouTube. So do check that out. Check you've got notifications on as well. Spiderbite says I have pins and a plate in my wrist. So I did break both of my wrists in my early 20s. So I had a cast on one, on the right one. This is my right hand, and I had like a brace on my left hand. But this one has still been, it's been set funny. So like that's the comfortable position, is like that. Instead of that, that's comfortable. That's not comfortable. So yeah. Oh, holy cripes, they're at it again. Yeah. Meaning YouTube and targeting. Yeah. Well, we've been getting hit really bad on Typical Skeptic over there. So Rob's been put through a lot recently. My second degree burns heal in 2 weeks thanks to Alice CBD as seen on FB. 6 weeks of healing in 2 weeks. That's amazing. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so do check out Angels Are Life, Angels Are Belief channel with Nikki Jacobs. She talks a lot about her SSP stuff over there, because we didn't really get into much of the SSP when we did that video, because so we started off talking about elementals, and you know so much about that, so that was an awesome video. So yeah, I do need to get you back on to talk more about your SSP. Didn't get notifications. Yeah. So yeah, they're messing with the notifications, but I haven't had notifications on Typical Skeptic for ages. And I literally check the channel multiple times in the day because we moderate over there. So, and then I'll see it come up and then I'll notify on the specific video and then I should get that. Good to know. I'll keep my eyes open regarding YouTube doing that. Yeah, so I think it was just a glitch yesterday. I don't know if that's still active or what, but there's a lot of shenanigans in the community right now. Shenanigans. It's the only CBD is a miracle molecule. Jason knows a lot about that kind of thing. Pretty proud of the shark capture. Yeah, do check out Missing Time 420's channel. So he's got a video on his video tab, which is a landscape video, and then he's got a video on his shorts tab. So there's 2 different videos on his channel right now. Go check them out. They're from Hawaii when he went to the island. So I'm getting notifications from heaps of random channels I'm subscribed to. Dragons and Angels plus surprisingly good care from mainstream burn unit of Hillcrest, Tulsa. Dragons. Oh yeah, so my dragon connection has ramped up. Oh my god. So the dragons have brought together me and Pink Bella Aloha, and she's such a wonderful lady. And then we're trying to schedule in for June. She wants to do 2 shows, and we're saying, okay, Tuesday or Thursday. And she's like, I'll ask the dragons. So the dragons are now scheduling for me with Pink Bella Aloha. I absolutely love that. And I have reached out to Beverly Rhodes, and she is in America. She is in Florida on some she's on a reservation. That's why she's, you know, hard to get hold of, because she's on a reservation right now. How cool is that? So I'm trying to tie up with Beverly Rhodes and a few others who are doing the Basis conference, which is on the 19th to the 21st of June. So I'm trying to get the next 2 weeks is reserved for people who are coming to the Basis conference or the Gina conference, that kind of thing. So I'm working on my lineup for June. My guest spots are basically towards the end of June now, because I've got 2 conferences. I've got the Summer Days online conference on the 13th of June, where I'm talking about my journey from being a mundane person to a magical person to an empowered individual, targeted super soldier, that kind of thing. So I'm going to get into that. However, I've only got 35 minutes to talk about that. Right, and to talk about my shared testimony with Drago Reed and the cloning programs, Orphan Black, you know, Umbrella and all that kind of stuff. So I've got 35 minutes to put something together, and then a little bit of question time. So I just don't know how that's going to work. But I'm working with the Breakaway Oracle, which is my new Oracle card deck that's releasing in the next 2 weeks, and that's breakawayoracle.com, and that is for experiencers, Milab, super soldiers, people who believe they're targeted, to start to make sense of what's going on in their life, make sense of their memories. Yep, so do check that out. So we're talking about CBD right now in the chat. Okay, so not all CBD is created equally, says Eric. Alice is a licensed RN who owns local shop. Starseed formulates and produces her own products. You are right. My friend's wife makes CBD bath bombs. Wow, that's interesting. I'd like to try that. Yeah, I do have a CBD lollipop. You know, I might take that actually. Is it a CBD lollipop that I got, Jason? I picked it up when I was where was I? I was in Wales. When I went to Wales and I got these tattoos done, I picked up a CBD lollipop. Yeah. Okay. Jason's going to share links when we get that next batch in. So, wow, we get 20 people watching. That's so cool, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. So, yeah. So, Nikki, I've got moderation settings on. So, you need to be a subscriber for at least 5 minutes. So, in the bottom of my screen, there's a cog. And when you press on that, it basically says who can watch or something like that. And you just click on it and I put moderation settings in. Now, before we did that, what was it like, guys? It was so bad. I do have a lot of moderators, but it was insane. We would get people coming on because it's early AM here in the UK. We get children coming in saying things like "poo," and it was weird. And then we get major troll teams coming in with multiple accounts all at the same time. We get people dropping like 5 messages at the same time. It was insane. It really was like batter up. We were just ding, ding, ding. So we were all like on the screen. It was absolutely insane. Yeah, so it was mad. So after we had that professional troll team come in, that's when I had to figure out how to do the moderation settings. So Danny's saying, oh my gosh, I ate a lollipop last week. It put me in the couch, lifted lollies. Sorry. Depending on one's metabolism, it can take 45 minutes to 3 hours before it hits the body. So look into Lysol, supposed to be great stuff. Lysol, isn't that a cleaning product over here? I don't know. Okay, keep that in mind and play with it next session. Yeah, honestly, it changed our game completely. Yeah, and I only put 5 minutes. It's not like it's not much, so we still get people who will do that, who will just watch for 5 minutes and then they get access to the chat. But it has saved us a lot of energy, so mods don't have to do that much now. Whereas on your channel, your mods are working overtime. But my mod's pretty awesome. So yeah. So if you get nanotech edibles, it's nanotech edibles. There's so many things wrong with that sentence there. MT, so important. We need more of these quality CBD producers. Passing a law here that will shut her down and only be able to purchase CBD at the dispo. Then we will get Wally World CBD. So here, one of my friends, she's having major surgery soon. There's a lot of pain and everything. So she's been recommended for for that on prescription, but it's not free. It's going to cost her like £300, say $450 a month to get what she needs. So it's insane. You still got to pay for it. Where's that money coming from? Subscribe for 5 minutes, so people can't wait that long. They move on. It's only 5 minutes. Yeah, if you can't even give me 5 minutes, then you're not meant to be here for sure. So it's just emulsified to a fine point, not nano goo. Okay, so they're just using the word nano. Guys, I'm so hungry. I'm going to be finishing off in a second. Have you seen on social media where they say if you notice you're antiseptic? Sorry? Oh, she has to go speakeasy style. Oh, Julie, did you finish watching the movie Ghost in the Box? Ghost in the Shell. No, I haven't finished, and I've got to finish it this weekend because John Whitberg is releasing the movie review. So if you guys are not familiar, hopefully you will all know that over at the John Whitberg, Do You Hear the People Sing? He's got a USAPs in Cinema series, so unacknowledged special access programs in cinema, where we put in, you can donate $10 with a movie title, or so I have put in some episodes, but if you wanted to do a full series of TV, that would be $50, and he'll watch the entire series for you and do a major breakdown on that. So what he's looking for is things where there's mind control techniques, programming techniques, anything where there's future technology, anything that references programs or breakaways or whatever. So honestly, it's such a good series. When he told me like a while back he's thinking of doing this, and I thought, sounds a bit rubbish, but it's so good. And the last one he did was Mickey 17. The most triggering one he's done is The Shining. Was pretty triggering, but I got a couple of activations off that as well. And the other one was The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, it's got a major trigger warning on that one, and it's 2.5 hours, and he did that with Jane Celia Hatch. Yeah, so Ghost in the Shell is the animated version that he's reviewing, not the Hollywood one with Scarlett Johansson. It's the animated version. That's the best version, which Missing Time agrees. So that's the one that to watch in preparation for the review that'll be coming out this Tuesday on Central Time. So do go check out his channel at the John Whitberg. But you can always send a donation to his PayPal of $10 with a movie that you would like him to review. The only thing is he can't review anything that is Disney or distributed by Disney, because the targeting would be way too high on it. So that's the only rule he set. Yeah. So do go check out John's channel. So we do quite a bit with John Whitberg over here, and so I'm hoping to get him back on because he's not done anything for a couple of months. I'd like to get him on in June, but we've got all the conferences coming up and stuff, so it's a tricky month for me, June. But I've put so he did review one of my things, which I put in a Star Trek Next Generation episode, and he said he wasn't going to do it because he hates Star Trek, and I'm like, how are we even peers and friends? I just don't know. But he did it in the end, and he pulled quite a lot out of it. I was surprised. He is watching Orphan Black and Umbrella Academy, but again, he said that he needs to watch the entire series of Umbrella Academy. So I am represented in Umbrella Academy. I am number 7, and I've had that confirmed in my ACO files that they're using my archetype, they're using my testimony to make that character. Okay, so she has the same skills as me. She's been emotionally suppressed and controlled the same way I have in my life. So I knew that was me, and then I went and had that confirmed by 3 different people that I am number 7. He's also going to review an episode from the Orphan Black series, which is based on the Kruger cloning program that myself and Drago Reed were in, and that's been confirmed by multiple sources as well. So he's reviewing episode 5, I think, the one where they all realize that they're being watched, they're being experimented on. He's reviewing that episode, but you might have to watch the whole thing. Last season of Umbrella was shit. Yeah, probably. I think I watched them all, but I don't know. It got a bit weird, didn't it? I think it's a joke about a certain 3-letter religion. Oh. I've missed something. But yeah, Ghost in the Shell. So let's all try and watch Ghost in the Shell, because that is going to get reviewed by John Whitberg this Tuesday coming, hopefully. He's finishing off the music video, I think, on that. And then there's quite a few of us. There's a big list of people who've put movies in. And he's just asking for $10 donations, guys. He puts a lot of work into these. It takes him hours and hours. And, he needs support to get him out of that limiting situation that he's in. So do have a look at his channel. And I think he did put a post out about his PayPal link as well, but you can always send me a message for that. I just saw Antiseptic, thought that was wild. I couldn't get past episode 3 of Orphan. I don't care to finish it. Okay, well, the fact that you got to episode 3, that's fine, Jason. I'm not going to hold it against you. Fine. But when you watch Orphan Black, that TV show, I have literally looked like every single one of those characters in the last 50 years. I've had my hairstyle in every single way. When I was 17, I had dreadlocks. Yeah, so it's all different versions of me. And then the brother, that brother's representing Drago Reed as well, because we've got that sibling energy from the programs. Still about antiseptic, killing germs. Okay. All right, guys. Any final questions for the pendulum before we finish off? So any questions for my pendulum? This is my Akashic Record healing pendulum, but he's okay with us answering questions today. So let me know, or any random questions for me. I'm not going to be live later today. It's Saturday my time now, but I am recording something, and it's a SSP Experiencer panel. And I've asked for people to come on who are new. They're particularly new to sharing their experience. So this is like a safe space. No. So Cola, I see that question. I'm not answering that question. No, I'm married to my work, thank you. I actually still need to get a divorce. So the SSP Experiencer panel video is going to be something hopefully that me and Michael Koff will host once or twice a month. An opportunity for people who are new, who are getting that confidence to come out, to share their testimony, pretty much about SSP or military abductions or whatever. So I'm working on that with Michael Koff today, and we've got Missy Hill coming on Tiffany, we've got Wizard Witkus. Hopefully Nathan will be able to come on, but it's the time zones. Yeah, trying to sort out the time zones. So we're going to give it a go and see if we can make that work. Because not everybody wants to do a full video. Not everybody has the confidence or the clarity in their memories to come and do their own show. That's a big deal. Glad you do. Yeah, thank you. And for me, it was all about finding context. And for a long time, I had no context in those weird memories. And I'd say to people, but why would I be seeing myself on a ship? Why would I be seeing myself doing this? And they didn't have the context. So for me, context came in February last year. And then in March last year, I reconnected with my sibling, and we both got a lot of memory fill in then as well. But he's remembered me for his entire life. He just didn't know it was me until we reconnected, because he didn't know where I was. But he remembered me because I found him. I tracked him down because that's what we do. We're trackers. Am I in any weird movie or TV series? Yes or no? Okay, so Justina. Are we connected to Justina? Yes, thank you. Is Justina represented in any movies? Any TV shows? Okay, so potentially yes. Movies, it wasn't clear, so I think we need to really clarify that more. It's like you're not meant to know, but potentially yes, there's a TV show that represents your energy or your archetype. So sometimes they make it kind of about us. So generally, so Kruger Clone program, I'm not the only person who's an Echo Clone template in those programs. So it's the energy of that. So there's lots of people who, like me, who are scientists and super soldiers or whatever. So it's that archetype energy of that. So it's become a thing now. So yeah, so Justina, you will find something about you. Will she find it? Will Justina be connected with a TV show that represents her in the next 6 months? In the next 3 months? It's more in the next 6 months. You'll find something you think, okay, that really resonates. That's like me. For me, with the Umbrella Academy, she literally did things that I've done. That's how I knew it was me. She's literally done and said things that I've done and said. Okay, that's how I knew it was me. And in Orphan Black, it's literally like I've seen a version of me in France. I was across the street from a version of me in France. Yeah, she didn't throw herself in front of a tram or a train, but I saw her. So there's that moment at the beginning of the Orphan Black TV show where she gets off the train and she looks over and she sees herself. I've experienced that, right? I know what that feels like. And you get this proximity alert when you're near another version of your soul. Like your soul essence is in that other vessel, and it feels awful. It feels disgusting, dizzy, disorientating. So yeah, she was just over there. And my family saw her and said, oh my God, look at that woman. She looks exactly like you. And then the bus came and I was like, oh yeah, we ended up getting pushed on the bus. How long is the train ride? Are we talking about Jason? Okay, Jason's going to see Selena. So Selena, please support Selena if you can. There's a GoFundMe for Selena that Rob's created, which is on my posts, and he's done loads of posts on Facebook and everywhere. Please support Selena if you can. She's had a house fire. She's got young children, you know, she's a single mom. Please do help if you can. Okay. Makes sense, Justina. So it's 7:40 a.m. in the UK now. So it's 2:40 a.m. So where Jason is, I think he's on Central. So it's 1:40. Oh, you got a jar of infused barbecue sauce to give her. Well, you might be doing barbecues outside. Be putting up tents. Do super soldiers get nosebleeds? And if so, have you ever had one? Now, I've not had, but a lot of people do. It's not in my awareness. I think sometimes when you get targeting in the head, it can be very intense. Even memory recall, rehoming altars recently was very intense. So I got 3 at the same time. So it could be a thing, but I've not experienced that myself. Don't know if Nikki has. Wizard Witkus has had nosebleeds. There we go. Oh, good. I always think it's nice to take something, but toilet paper and some juice. Yeah, so gifting people toilet papers became a thing, didn't it? I think I actually wrapped up toilet paper for Christmas one year after the you-know-whats. Nikki says, I used to get nosebleeds as a kid in 6th grade because I was being ET abducted. Yeah, there we go. Missing Tyler says he's never had random nosebleeds. So it's about 6 hours before you go on the train. Okay. Yeah. Question, Wizard Witkus, have encountered each other more than 10 times? What, you and me, Wiz? We're like two peas in a pod. Okay, so connecting into Wizardwick connecting into James. Are we connected? So have James and I encountered each other more than 10 times in previous lives? Okay, how many lifetimes have we experienced in the same timeline? Is it more than 10? More than 20? More than 30? More than 40? More than 50? More than 60? So 60? More than 65? More than 63? More than 64? Is it 64? So yeah, you and I have had at least 64 lifetimes in the same timeline together. So there you go. So we always find each other somehow. Okay. Nosebleeds and Stranger Things. Yeah. I think because she's using her psionics, and that's that powerful energy, she's straining to use her psionics. That's why I wanted to ask, have we? Okay, Justina and I. So we're all soul family, we're all finding each other. So Justina and I, are we connected to Justina? Have Justina and I had lifetimes together previously? Is it more than 10? More than 20? Okay, is it 15? 16, 17, 18. It's about 18 lifetimes that we've known each other, Justy. So Nikki, Nikki. Have I met my future partner yet? Supposing to get one. That's a great question, Spidey. So Spiderbite, are we connected? So has Spiderbite met her future partner yet? You have, but it's kind of in passing. You've met them, and there's a bit of resistance on this as well. I'm getting a little level of targeting on this. So it's maybe you've met them in passing, but you haven't really connected properly yet. There's a disconnect. Let me just see about this future Spiderbite's future partner. Are they available right now? They're not available. Do they still need to do heart healing? Yeah, so will Spiderbite's future partner be available in the next 6 months? Okay, will they reconnect in the next 6 months? Yeah, you will. So at the moment, they're still in a relationship potentially, but over the next 6 months, they'll start to come forward with their healing journey, and you might start to connect. Whether you'll connect romantically straight away, I don't know. So Sil says, so Angel's Belief says, Sil, yeah, it was not nice. Even doctors couldn't figure out why, but it's because they added a device in my nose next to 2 blood vessels. Learned that as an adult. Wow. He's invisible in your tree. What? I get some weird vibes in space. What, with me? Future technology is coming at me. Oh, interesting. Future technology. What's this future technology for Justina? Is it regarding time travel? Okay, is it education? No, is it healing? I'm not too sure what this future technology is. It's not in my awareness. It may be related to time travel, but it's like I'm not aware of it, whatever that is right now. Thank you, nice information, lots of fun. Okay, guys, I'm going to call it a day. We're going for 142 minutes at 7:46 a.m. Wizardmakers, did I have something installed in my nose when I had deviated septum surgery? So this is for the Wizardmakers. This is for James. Are we connected? Okay, did he have something installed in his nose when he had deviated septum surgery? I'm getting a no on that. Not in the surgery, no. Just pile my pile into a bag. Oh, I'm really excited for you to connect with Selena in person because she's such a wonderful person. I'm happy that you can support her through this really, this tricky time that she's going through. And I know the girls will be happy to see you as well. So that'll be awesome. Group hug. Group hug. Yeah, see, but for me, that doesn't look like people hugging. It looks like some kind of movie camera or something. So I do this one for the group hug. Group hug. I do that one on the emojis. So that's really funny. Okay. Right, guys, so it's Saturday, 7:47 a.m. I am Anchorhaven, and this is the Mystical Wellness Channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Love and blessings out to everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to be recording a video late tonight, but I won't release it till Sunday. So look out for that premiere, which is going to be an SSP Experiencer panel with some of our favorite people talking about their testimony, discovering how they knew that they were empowered, targeted individuals. And so we're going to be talking about that. And just shout out to Rob, a typical skeptic. Rob, we love you. We support you 100%. We love Touchdown Tommy. Great respect to Touchdown Tommy and everything that he's been through. I would never say anything unwanted, and I didn't mean, if it's taken the wrong way, I apologize. But yeah, so thank you to everyone for joining me. Love, love, love. All we need is love. Yeah. So yeah, much love and many blessings out to everyone. Have a fantastic, prosperous weekend. I disconnect from everybody now, sending your energy back to you, bringing my energy back to me, ensuring that we're all safe and supported. Thank you so much. Take care, everybody. Yeah, we love you, Rob, says Karen. Yeah. So yeah, so much love and blessings out to Rob, a typical skeptic right now, because he puts out such amazing content. He's always there. He's the most hardest working podcaster we know in the full disclosure movement as well. So yeah, so take care, everybody. It's on 1:44. I'm going. See you guys.